guys, how's it going? Welcome one, welcome all to this another Sunday edition of our round review slash fan cams. How we doing? Hope we had a great, lovely weekend of football. I know I had a pretty decent one. I didn't have to worry about my team potentially losing this week, so we had the bye. It was fairly cruisy on my end. Even let the facial hair grow out a little bit. It was a very cruisy weekend, but we got some great results from this short round of football. It was pretty decent. There was some. I was watching the Carlton game today in great anticipation. I wanted to see how the Blues would bounce back from their shock horror season thus far. And look, it was disgusting. That first quarter was absolutely putrid. There's no other way to describe that first quarter other than holy crap. Don't display that game to overseas watchers because that is not how the game should be played. But it ended up working out very well. One of the most dominant quarters I've ever seen. We got some people here. Theo, congrats, 2045 running Briggs R2, and I got Butters and McCray to finish my team. Got 17. Good luck to you too, Theo. 17 people coming up for this week. That's not too bad. There's going to be a lot of people, I think, in a similar boat as you, Theo, with 17. I'm hoping if Matty Johnson can still stay healthy and not get dropped, then I'll have 18 for this week. I dream of Heaney. I've been fixing it on you, Theo. G'day, Jono. How's it going, mate? But yeah, as you can see, it's just me right now. Big J will be coming on a little bit later. And I've been thinking that I really, really liked the way that the setup was last week, having people come on, like you guys. Obviously, the link is in the description. So if you want to come on, feel free to click that link and you can come on and talk with us about how your team did on the weekend. And we really liked the way it worked last week. We tried it differently, given that it was shorter weeks. We obviously have the extra day for the Monday, the King's birthday clash, and we really liked having people come on, talk to us about how their team did, and sort of have fan footy open at the same time. So that was really good. So if anyone who had a game, this week, you're a team, your team played this week, I think it'll be great. We can then get you on, talk about how you reckon your team went, as well as have the fan footy to look at the scores as well. But I guess we'll start with someone who was very quick to get onto the link. Shannon, how's it going, Shannon?
Not too bad. You?
Very good, thank you. Both of our teams had the bye this week, so we had a fairly cruisy week.
Yeah. And I got a perfect round in the tipping. All the favourites won.
He had a perfect round of tipping. That is very good.
6.
Wow. I don't think I got a perfect one. I tipped who did I tip? I tipped the Saints. I tipped the Saints to get up over Richmond. That one lost. And I tipped Freo to beat the Giants. And that one was also abysmally wrong. So congrats to you, mate, for getting all the tips right. That's very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew Giants would win. What made you think the Giants would get up?
Because of the home ground advantage, that's why.
Right. Fair enough. Absolutely. And how did your week go, Supercoach-wise?
My team's slowly getting there. If I can just figure out who to bring in.
Yeah.
I know.
It's the story of our lives, mate. Story of our lives. Who are we going to bring in this week? It's one of those crazy ones. The downgrade options. There are some there, but that's more so what we're going to be talking about on tomorrow's stream, Monday night. It tends to be more this is going to be more of a round review football sort of stream as it tends to be these days. What do you reckon was your favorite match of the week?
To be honest, my favorite match of this week, it has to be the Friday night game.
Oh yeah,
I saw Lockie wiggle at the game. I did not know he was there.
The Friday night game is in the Lions v the Swans.
Yeah, that game. They had their own big fees.
That's right. I love that game because Aussie Man Review was there. And BT had no idea who he was. That was hilarious. I love that. That was so funny.
And I knew Lockheed Wiggle was going to be there. The same with Captain Feathersword.
Yeah, that was a good game. It was pretty close. The Swans did all they could, but they just couldn't get up the lines. The Lions too strong in the end.
Too strong at their home ground. But away from home, not too good.
Especially at the MCG, right? You got to be able to win at the MCG if you want to take home the trophy.
Got to take home the chockies.
100%. So what do you reckon is going to be the next phase this year for your West Coast Eagles? Are you hearing anything about more kids going to be played, for example, or what's next for the Eagles?
It'll probably be more kids playing. We're probably going to get spanked at the SCG.
Oh, yeah. It looks like he's going to get spanked so hard he kicked himself out of the room there. I don't know what happened to Shannon. That was bizarre. But yeah, guys, if you want to come on, if you want to have a chat, the link is in the description. So feel free to click on the link and we'll let you in one at a time. Oh, there you go. Shannon's back. Shaz, what happened, Shannon?
I don't know what happened. Every time I went to open another tab and then it just sort of cut me off.
You closed yourself off there. You reckon you're going to get spanked at the SCG this week, huh?
Yeah.
Look, the Swans aren't doing too good, all right? The Swans aren't going too hot shot. So it's all right. It's okay.
No, I reckon it'll be close, but wouldn't be surprised if it was a spanking.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, more games into marriage, more games into some youngsters. And look, they're not going too hot shot themselves. You don't really have a lot of expectations for this year. You're sort of looking to get through and get Harvey Reid, right?
Hopefully we don't split pick one like GWS did last year.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it depends how good the rest of how good the offers are that come your way. If it's a pick 18 and a pick 19 for first round, then obviously I wouldn't go with it. But yeah, I mean, Harvey Reid seems to be the pick everyone's talking about. He killed it in the under-18s championship on the weekend as well. He had 2 goals in quick succession. So I reckon it's going to be, if he comes to you guys, I reckon you'll take it.
Because we are a rebuilding stage.
Yes,
absolutely. When it gets to the point that the players certainly to be retiring, like Hearn, Shuey, McGovern, maybe nick that, even though he's got a year left on his contract.
You can retire still. Doesn't stop him from retiring. Yeah, so fingers crossed for you guys. Yeah, look, there's still a lot of pain to come, I think, especially in the short term. It's hard to see you guys winning another game, unless if it's away from home, especially. So, but yeah, fingers crossed for you guys. And I hope that you guys have an all right season. And I look forward to having you come on every week, like you've been doing thus far. Congratulations to you. And looking forward to speaking to you next week after hopefully a very respectable performance by your Eagles at the SCG.
Yeah, hopefully. I think the Swans might get up because I might have to wait and see for next week.
Yeah. We'll be here. We'll be talking it, and I'm sure you'll be here as well to talk with us about that. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Shannon, so much for coming on, mate. Have a lovely rest of the Sunday, and hopefully have a good week as well.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Bye. Alrighty, guys. That was Shannon. Top notch lad, Shannon. He always comes on, never misses. Even when his team is on the bye, he still loves to come on. So, guys, link is in the description. If you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on. I don't really like cheese. Has it got finally a full primo team? Yeah, man. Big Himmelberg is definitely a primo, I reckon. He did okay. He obviously didn't set the world on fire. I mean, when he scored he only scored like in the 80s, right? Himmelberg, 72. 72, the ball was hardly there. Giants absolutely smacked the living daylights out of Freo. So Himmelberg's definitely a primo, mate. Sports Nut scored 1928 for Frank's sake, but moved 64 spots up to 26,300. I'm not the best at grade, but this is my best year by far. I've got 16 next week at the moment. Mate, it's all about improvement. No one was born killing and winning Supercoach, mate. It's 1 year at a time, and this is the best you're doing. So clearly you're on the upwards trajectory. There's a lot more Supercoach content creators out there these days. So you're getting a lot more scope, a lot more information to help you get up. Look, 1928, it's not the best. Probably isn't the worst either. 16 at the moment for next week. Depending on the number of trades you've got, I think you should be able to field 18. If not 18, I reckon 17 will be passable. I think there'll be a lot of people failing to field 18 next week. So don't worry, Sportsnut. It is a very tough buy in round 15. Don't you worry about that. Yo, Hippo. How's it going, bruv? Thinking Sicily, English Ford out. Yo, Clary. Yo! Elliot, yo? West Coast, yo? The body made of tissue paper, yo? Oh, boy. Boy, oh boy, wowee. I love it how you started off with Yo, and then you tell me you're going to bring Yo in. Look, DCAM, I'm 100% on board. Clary, I'm 100% on board. But yeah, Yo's an interesting one. Gee, what's Yo priced at? Like, for you to be bringing Yo in, that's can your body really can you trust his body? He's 400k. Yes, I don't want him, but I might need him. Mate, the people we're forced to bring in, mate. What did Luke Ryan end up doing? I know you were thinking about getting Luke Ryan. What did Luke Ryan end up on scoring this week? Luke Ryan ended up on 106. Hey, damn it, you should have gone Luke Ryan. He might have done okay for you. All right. Well, we'll let in our next guest here. Steele needs to. Jono, you've changed your name, bro. Has Steele starred you that much?
Yes, he has, especially as my supporter-based captain.
Yo, that is, it's rough. It's rough. For you to steal, though, crack 2001 with a steal, look, it's decent, bro. It's decent. It was a good week for you.
Yeah, so all things aside, went up in the ranks, but I'd like a bit more out of him, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and then you have Ross Lyon after the game saying, that was misreported. He doesn't have anything wrong with his knee. He's just been struggling all year with his Achilles. It's like, no. Tell us that from the start, mate. And then we don't pick him in Supercoach.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I hate it how the clubs are so cryptic with their injury. Like, I understand you don't want to give away free information to your opposition and stuff like that, but like, come on, man. Don't do that to your supporters, because then your supporters would be like, yo, what's wrong with Steele? What's wrong? Like, people watch, people care.
Mm-hmm. And I do, because Steele was one of my favourite players at the club.
Jeez. It was a decent game by your mob, though. I mean, especially when it was dry. You guys were well and truly on top.
Yeah, and then when it turned wet, we didn't know how to play wet weather footy.
I mean, is that a downside of playing so much at Marvel Stadium, always playing in impeccable conditions?
It's probably just a lack of experience. Like, if you look at our forward half, it's still pretty much inexperienced. The only people that played wet weather footy is Butler and Higgins, effectively. No one else has.
And they're two ex-Richmond players.
Yep.
And they're both ex-Richmond. I mean, Nazaya Wanganeen-Miller looked really good, though.
Well. He did. Yeah.
Gee, what's wrong with Dougal Howard, though?
I don't know.
Dougal Howard. I should have made him my he needs to lift in the mid-season review. Not Ben Pat. Holy smokes. He looked like he'd never seen a football before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked second rate last night. And he does some from week to week. Like, he does some stupid things from time to time. I remember in 2020, a few times he did when he was on the kickouts. It's like, mate, do something different. Not just freaking turn it over all the time.
Yeah, having the turnovers in the back half is always a killer because that's what the modern day football is now. The modern day football is front half pressure, and you can't have people like that turning the ball over from kick-ins. It's a killer.
Nope. Yep. But now that we've got I would say at least 3 people that go through there at least a game. Stocker, Sinclair, and Nazai, they're all good ball users, so sort of breathe a bit more easier that it's not going to be a turnover.
Yeah, 100%. And Stocker's been good for you. Stocker's been a really handy pickup.
I've loved him. He's been a good addition. I'm glad we picked him up. Carlton have that one up the arse.
And Winhager also did really well. I like Winhager's game. He's certainly capable. He's a go-getter. You know what I mean? He doesn't go into his shell. He'll keep battling all game long, and that's what I like about him. You know, things started to turn, but he kept fighting.
Yeah, need to keep playing him though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, he's only in for Hunter Clark, but need to keep playing him because obviously he's might get picked up elsewhere.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I guess seeing as we're talking about your game, I think it's a good idea now to just bring up the fan footy for the discussion of that Richmond v St Kilda game. Hey, Crouch has also been a great player, and it's been well documented. It's something that we've spoken about quite a bit on the channel. That as this guy has risen, we've seen a bit of a decline. Obviously, maybe not to this extent for Jack Steele, like 52 points. That's ridiculous. But we've seen Crouch go on the increase, on the incline, and we've seen the slipping for Jack Steele as well. Do you reckon that is genuinely the case, that Brad Crouch is eating into what Steele used to be doing in the past?
Probably not so much, I'd say. I think it's just more, he's been at the club for 3 years, I think now. And he's probably got a bit more continuity in his body, where he's over at Adelaide, play a handful of games and then break down, then come back, do it again. But I don't think he's only missed a handful of games since he's been with us. So it probably comes down to continuity and consistent role, I think.
Fair enough. Rodney here saying that Winhager's contracted until 2025. But are you hearing some potential rumors that some people are putting the feelers out?
I'm not hearing any rumors. It's just the fact that he's a gun of ours. We just can't be playing in the twos. Need to get getting games into him. It's like Dev Rob for Brisbane.
Yeah, true. 100%. So Crouch had a decent game yet again, you know, with the 33 disposals, 7-10 contested, if you don't mind. Like, that is beastly. Your next best was Mason Wood. He's also been a very handy acquisition for you guys, coming across from North Melbourne. I didn't see this coming from him. No,
neither did I. I'm glad we've got him on a wing, and I'd like to someone else that's not playing at the moment. I'd like to see, as Dad, my brother, and I were discussing over the weekend. I don't think this certain player will play down forward ever again, but we'd like to see him on a wing or down back.
Fair enough.
That's Tim Membry.
Yeah, Tim Membry. Yeah, 100%. I mean, you got Kama now. You got Kama playing on the forward line. You liking what Kamanidi's been bringing?
Oh, again, like Stocker, like a diamond in the rough.
100%. He's a big boy at that age, and what I love most is the continuous effort to bring the ball to ground, and just not letting direct opposition beat him in a 1v1. I'm not just saying it because he's a mate, but I'm genuinely just looking at it just purely objectively in terms of footy. His forward pressure is, there you go. As Tone says, right on time. Forward pressure is so good. He's read my mind, Tone here. Is 100%. Like, it's, so Membry, I don't know. Is it because that he's too old now, that he just doesn't have the legs anymore or something?
Yeah, I don't know. But as my brother, Dad, and I were discussing, I don't think there's a spot for Membry down forward anymore. But we could see him play behind the ball.
He did all right. He does all right behind the ball. Letting the game come to him as opposed to him trying to create a lead or something like that.
Yeah. He's a good field kicker around the ground, so good overhead. Right. So, don't know. We'll see what Ross does. But that's one to keep an eye on.
Who do you reckon makes way for him in the back line then? Sorry.
I mean, he probably starts on the bench and then rolls on.
Right.
There.
Yeah, fair enough. Filippo did really well. Obviously missed an opportunity to kick a goal, but then again, it wasn't just him though, right? There was a couple of other really important opportunities that went begging early in that last quarter, which just took the wind out of your sails, right?
Yeah. Had all the momentum going into the last, we were down by a fair bit, but kicked those late goals going into the 3/4 time break. It's like,
yeah.
If we can pinch a couple early ones, right, we can run over them, but had all the momentum and just didn't capitalise on the scoreboard with all our forward half entries early in the last quarter.
Mate, bad kicking is bad football. So many teams have been let down. I think Melbourne is one of those teams as well that will just create so many opportunities for themselves up forward, not convert, and then Collingwood don't need many opportunities. They take most of them that they like. So I think that's the hallmark of the best teams in the comp. When they can make themselves an opportunity, they take it. So that's probably the next step that Ross the boss has got to do for this team, helping to maximize the use of those opportunities. Because like you said, there were some early on. You had all the momentum.
Yeah, and then that Richmond go down the other end and just go bang, bang,
exactly, bang. Taranto, Cochin had the game on his terms exactly as he liked it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, is the fix in? Is it really just, has a script been written here for his milestone game? It was so perfect.
One of the better milestone games I've seen.
In
recent times.
Yeah, 100%. That was so good. And the stats go to show 2 goals, 29 touches. He had 5 tackles as well. You know what I mean? 15 contested possessions, if you don't mind. That's, more than everybody on your team, bar Crouch. You know what I mean? That was one heck of an output from Koch. I'll never admit that he's a Brownlow medalist because it means I would admit something else as well. But
yes. I know where you're going.
I can't go there, but props to him. That was really good. But the star has to be this bloke. Seriously.
Is he an outsider for the Brownlow?
I reckon he's got to be. His last month of football, and now they've got 3 wins in a row, the Tigers. And it was literally ever since Kane Corns made that stupid, ridiculous comment that he's not a top 150 player in the league, that Timmy Taranto has all of a sudden flicked a switch and is like, a big F for you.
Yeah.
And he's just gone on a tear.
Mm-hmm. They've won, their last 3.
Yeah.
Probably be best on in all 3.
Yeah, I reckon he's got 3 votes in each of them.
So I think it's going to be a very tight Brownlow count coming the end of the year.
100%. I think it comes down to right now, if, Tone, as you say, Richmond are playing some really good footy at the moment, absolutely. Whether or not they can keep winning, more importantly, whether or not Timmy Taranto can avoid getting suspended, because that seems to be the big thing, stopping opposition from perhaps winning the Brownlows. Who can survive the onslaught from the match review panel this year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or whoever stays fit.
Yeah, or is correct, 100%. He's been pretty good this year. He had some problems towards the back end of his career at GWS. So, really, but it doesn't look like he's showing any signs of slowing down right now. If anything, he's picking up. 28 touches, 10 tackles, that clutch goal in the end as well. Come on, you guys miss 3 of those fairly gettable shots. Let's be real. They were fairly gettable. And then this guy on the run, under pressure, waltzes through, kicks a check side banana, like in that pouring torrential rain. Get out of here, Taranto.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
just
is,
one of the
yeah.
breaks your heart.
Oh yeah. It was at that moment you heard you heard
Oh,
the
you can hear the
heart
step
of
going.
all of the players. Yeah, exactly. 100. That just killed everything. And he had a slow game to the start. His slow start, 100%. Corza says it comes down to Taranto, Dunkley, and Bont so far. Oh, you don't reckon Dacos is a shout, Corza?
What about
Interesting.
Butters?
Butters as well, mate. Yeah, I mean, Butters didn't start the year hot though, right?
No.
So Butters has come on the last 3-4 weeks. Butters has come on, whereas Dunkley, full season. Taranto has been pretty good all season, especially now recently. Bontempelli's Bontempelli. He'll always poll, as long as he's not injured or something. So, but it'll be a really tight race for the Brownlow this year, 100%. And whoever wins it, I think, will be deserving. It won't be one of those like Ollie Wines or Cooney sort of things where it just happens that all these other great players had points stolen off them by teammates. This genuinely feels like whoever wins it is probably one of the best Brownlow medals from what I can remember. There's heaps of potential winners. Rory Laird he's still yet to fire, right?
Yeah.
Clayton Oliver, he should be in the race too. If he's depending on how he goes in the back half of the year, now that he'll be back from his injury, it's going to be really hot.
Yeah, even Petrarca.
Yeah, Petrarca. That's right. Like, oh, jeez, this has been a ripping season of football, 100%. I mean, Timmy T's going to be in there. Short, he won't be in the discussion, but he had a ripping game. Those long bombs.
I'd like to know who was on him for those 2 long bombs. Like, surely address that before the game, righto? If you see Jaden Short go around the back, go with him.
Yeah,
for goodness sake.
Yeah. Look, one of them was a mark, though, right? So that one off a mark, you can't defend that, all right?
No.
But the other one, 100%. The other one, Ross had to quickly call up one of the line coaches and be like, "Get him on the phone right now."
Yeah,
I want to kick his ass. Ben Miller, geez, I can't believe Ben Miller had 100. That was ridiculous. Nank, this was an interesting ruck battle between Nankervis and Marshall. Yeah. Who do you reckon took the chocolates for that game?
Looking at the stats,
Marshall 47 hitouts.
Started well and then just sort of faded, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Nank had
I was in and out of watching the game, but I watched most parts of it. But I reckon Nank just.
Yeah, I mean, Marshall, 17 touches, 3 marks, 5 tackles. Nank only had the 11 touches, no marks, 4 tackles. But you got that 47 hitouts to the 29. Nankervis is a great tap ruckman, and I think I'd agree that probably Nankervis just edges him out because of the nature of the game being so wet and slippery and contested that clearances were really important. Getting field position, and I think him winning the headouts to his teammates, getting them more clearances, I think overall would have made him a bit more impactful to the overall to the result. But yeah, Ron Marshall really slowed down. I thought he was on track for one of the big scores, Supercoach wise. Same thing with Sinclair. I mean, he was on like 95 or something at 3/4 time, and then to finish on 102 when the game was there to be won, that's pretty disappointing, I reckon.
Yeah, agreed. Like, even I think Marshall might have had a shot in the last quarter, or was that the third quarter?
I think he did. I don't remember if it was the third or the fourth. Second quarter, okay. Did he convert it? No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
Behind. You got to make the most of your opportunities, mate.
Yeah. And he's usually a good set shot for goal.
Normally, yeah. I mean,
bangs them home from 55, as we saw in the preseason.
Yeah. He gave Draper an absolute bath in the preseason. I mean, you look at that 11-4. I mean, you guys were fairly accurate. in the wet as well. Like 11-4, quite good compared to the 13-12 that the Tigers had. So look, all in all, the players in front of the big sticks, Higgins, the 2 goals there. Butler, I thought, was probably your best player.
I'd agree.
Was there someone better than Butler? I thought, he only had the 13 touches, but those 3 goals, he was very clean. I think in making the most of those opportunities, he just busted his ass, I reckon.
Yeah, he made most of his chances when he got him like that. Mark off Bolter, like the kick. That could have gone any which way. That ball could have bounced any which way, as I've seen in years gone by.
Exactly.
Not mention any particular games, but
no PTSD. I'll never forget that crucial bounce.
Yeah. And now they brought in extra time just to piss off more St Kilda supporters.
Yeah, because if extra time was around, they definitely would not have ended in a draw. 100%. That would not have been a draw. But we digress.
Yes.
So yeah, Dan Butler was great. Nazaya, I think, did better than what his score shows. If not for the 10 clangers, he probably would have scored a lot better. But he took the game on, and he was fairly smooth with the ball in hand, despite the rain.
He and Mitch Owens have been another shining light for us.
Mitch Owens, please. Like, this kid has to win the Rising Star this year. Surely. Has there been a better rookie this year?
On a consistent basis? I don't think so.
I reckon this dude is genuinely...
Second year in the system too.
I
think as well.
It is, yeah. But he has been absolutely sensational, Machida Owens. Like, I love the way he goes about it. He's tough over the ball. He's just so good at winning one-on-ones. This guy, Corey. Sheasel was better than Mitch Owens. Come on.
Come on, Corey.
Corda. I know you're a North fan, mate. All right? And it's really coming on strong. I love Sheasel more than the next Essendon supporter does, all right? Sheasel's great. And he's been doing well for us in Supercoach. But having said that, if he was put in the same position that Machida Owens has to play for St Kilda, he wouldn't be able to do it. He just wouldn't be able to do it.
I can't see Sheasel playing in the ruck.
No. Like, what Machida Owens does for St Kilda is insane. Like, there's no way. Like, you saw what happened with Sheasel. You put him forward to center, and he'll go missing for obviously his reliance on his team to get the ball there to him. But he's not really winning contested ball. He's an outside player. Machida Owens, man, he does it almost like nonchalantly. Like, like he's just going about his business. Like,
knows what he does. Knows what his role is from week to week and brings his best.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love him. I'd love an Owens on our team. Sportsnut, I think they'll give it to Sheasel because they'll try to give it to a first year, but I agree on Owens. Yeah, I don't know if wait, who was that player? I don't know if you know NBA, but there was a player who Ben Simmons won the rookie whatever of the year, whatever Rising Star, whatever it's called in the NBA. It was his second year in the system. So if the NBA can do it, Sportsnut, hopefully they can find a way to do it for here in the AFL. But also, yeah, I agree. George Wardlaw is a rough chance. I just don't think he played. He didn't play enough early enough in the season to rack up enough points, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I'd put Owens ahead of Wardlaw because Owens has been killing it since day one of this year, since round one. Whereas Wardlaw's only come on the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. I think Owens has only missed one game after his concussion.
Right,
Which was the round 11 game against someone. Who that was.
Yeah. So, yeah, Owens has been killing it.
Hawthorn. Missed against Hawthorn.
Oh, Jackson was a second-year player. So, there you go. Thanks, Causa. So, yeah, it is possible to be a second-year player and still win it. It's the number of games all up. Thanks, Causa. So yeah, Machida Owens is well and truly still on the cards here for winning it, and I really hope he does win it. He's been sensational for you guys. 8 tackles as well. He's just unrelenting with his pressure as well. He's really good. Who else? Wilkie did okay. I thought it was one of his lower light games. Trying to play dry with a football in the wet. I thought, I think Richmond adjusted as soon as the first drop of rain came. Richmond were on it straight away. Whereas I think even the experienced players like your Wilkie still trying to pinpoint passes into the middle of the ground. It's like, oh no, don't do that, man.
Yeah, it's only fraught him with danger.
Yeah, I agree. Chamberlain Chesser. Chamberlain Chesser for Rising Star, 100%. There's no, bro. It's got to be Charlie Constable. Charlie Constable. Worst rookie this year, I reckon. Maybe. I don't know. There's some pretty bad ones, but it's hard to knock a kid when he's playing for West Coast. I mean, then again, Ruben Jimby's also playing for West Coast, and he's been doing really well for him.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, how's it going, mate? Thanks for coming on. Ben, Sheasel, Owens, Ashcroft, top 3 for the Rising Star, says Ben.
Mm-hmm.
In that order, Ben? You have Sheasel ahead of Owens? Interesting. Tasmania have a better chance of winning the flag than Chester. I'd agree, actually. I'd agree, Ben.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. What else we got here? Cochin, we said Taranto said was crazy. Sure, we mentioned him. Rioli was one of those interesting games for Rioli where he was more handball happy than he was kicking. Looking to give a bit of 1-2 action to get the ball bouncing off half back. Do you reckon it was this rebound surge out of the back line that wasn't addressed well enough by the coaching staff, you reckon?
I think so. Like, they're always a rebound team. Yeah. And as I said before, our forward line's still inexperienced. Like, you got Philippou, a first-year player.
Yep.
Kamat Needy, a first-year player.
Mm-hmm. Butler's not a first-year player.
Butler's not. Higgins not.
Higgins
but
isn't. Yeah.
Those ones that are playing half forward, they're going to be aware.
Yeah. Especially these two. I mean, these two played for Richmond. They should know more than anybody. But then again, I think when they were playing for Richmond, Rioli was playing at half forward though. I think at that time, I don't think Rioli was playing in the back line. So look, I can forgive them maybe a fraction, but no, they should know better. I mean, Rewalt was pretty quiet. Rewalt was well held. It was a good game overall. I think this dude had his way too much left unaccounted for, and he just took intercept after intercept and repelled attack after attack. I thought the decision to keep one extra player around the stoppage and just give them him as the loose man, I don't think that really worked out for you.
Nope, it did not. And numerous times he marked the ball late in the last quarter.
Yeah.
So, we'll move on to next week.
Yeah. So overall, this game was one that was there to be won for you guys. Obviously, you're understandable, a bit disappointed in the result. Do you reckon it's more on the coach or more on the players, or 50-50, you reckon, for that performance?
If I'm being honest, it's probably 50-50.
Right.
Like, I don't think we adjusted quickly enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the coach, I'd definitely say the coach not making the change of having someone play, play man-on-man, have someone accountable in Vlosten. I think that's a coaching problem there. But the switch to wet weather football in terms of play safer, play simpler, kick down the line, don't try to pinpoint, but I think that is more on the players. So I'd agree on the 50-50 on the 50-50 there. Onwards and upwards, I suppose, as you say. Who do you guys play next week?
Brisbane Friday night at Marvel.
Ooh, it's a Marvel
which
game.
I'm going to. So,
Very nice. How are your feelings to that?
well, I mean, it's Spud's game as well, and we lost
Oh,
it
yeah.
last year to you boys. So, I'd like to see us come out and win. Play
Of course you would.
Play with a bit more dare. Take them on. Joe Dano to be goalless. There you go. That's a big call.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Freaking Judas watch. I will
Or
be on
just throw
Judas
a
watch.
kick in the behind so you can see Sinclair kick in all day.
Oh yeah, I traded him in last week, so 100% would be good. Did Drew get a nomination for Rising Star? No, Kent, he didn't. But I think you've just put his hat in the ring on you, Kent. Vin had the C on Bontempelli until the last minute. Went Taranto, mate. Taranto 128 is still a good score. I mean, anything that's over 120, you take.
Yeah.
So that's fine, Vin. Richmond players are more prepared to put their bodies on the line, says Tone here. Do you agree with that, or?
Yeah, I do. Like, we can be a bit. I will get the ball out on the outside and let them get it, and then we react rather than we go in at it, win the ball, clear it out. But anyway,
A bit to be said about Jack Steele in that department. Then,
yeah,
it's part of his job, mate. Get the ball out to us.
like,
Feed us, skipper.
4 tackles.
4 tackles. Yeah. 12 contested. 4 clearances. I mean, 4 clearances. That's it's not enough. Shai Bolton got 7. Presti had 7. Vlosten had 6. Taranto had 6. Cochin had 5. You know what I mean? Like, that's 4 clearances, 6 clangers. It's not good enough for a skipper.
Nope.
So you gotta hopefully expect a strong bounce back because he needs to be on his game. That Brisbane midfield next week is no slouch.
No.
Dunkley, Neil, Ashcroft.
Yeah, he has to be on 100%.
And if they're not healthy, don't play because as soon as you cross that white line, you're deemed healthy.
As I said a few weeks ago when I joined, the game against Hawthorn, I don't think he should have played.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you said. I remember.
So, anyway,
Okay.
we'll see what he's like this week.
Yes, and some people might be forced into holding him, given the number of outs that are in the buy for round 15. So
it's hard to think he's 469k,
jeez,
averaging 87 for the year.
What's his 3-round average?
It is 3-round 66.3. 5-round average 83.6.
A 3-round average of 66.3. Oh my god.
Yeah, 62, 85, 52.
And that 85 had a 51-point quarter.
Yeah. Like, you thought he was back when he came back against
Yeah.
the Giants. 135.
Psych. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney, Saints 1 midfielder short, need to develop or trade in one.
Yeah, it depends if we get rid of Gresham, I think. If we get rid of him.
Yeah. There was talks he's going to Carlton, right?
Yeah.
You won't complain about that, I don't think.
He's a bit of a DeGoey type, sort of, but his boys from 50 out going inside 50 is a bit meh. So he can be at his brilliant best, as we saw a few years ago against Geelong in his first year, but he can be very hit and miss, as you can see. 16 possessions.
Yeah, that's not good enough. It's not good enough. But yeah, I don't know. I think Filippo
or you continue to play Windhager.
Yeah, I think you got to keep playing Windhager, and I'm pretty sure in time you're going to be playing Filippo on the ball as well, right? Like Filippo is going to be developed into that tough nut player that can push forward. That new modern striker, like the Dusty Martin, the Stringer,
The new Bond.
the Goey, all the new Bonds in exactly. So I'm not sure if trading one in is a must because you are developing that type of player already on the list. What would be a type of player that you think you should be targeting over this off-season?
Well, if it's true, we probably still go after the Conning, I think.
Yeah.
You get Rowan still well rested. He plays forward a bit more. Like we go back to the way we had Ryder and Marshall.
Yep.
Develop him in the ruck, and Rowan's more of a capable forward. Don't get me wrong.
He's very capable. Oh, yeah.
So if we go after the Conning, maybe go there. Maybe another key back. But as I said, I'd like to see Membry play down there. It's just something different.
Yeah, but for sure.
I don't know. Pick up some handy youngsters in the draft again like we did last year.
Yeah, 100%. Ben says here that you guys you miss Zach Jones.
He can have his games. He can be good one game and then turn over City the next. Like he brings some his tenacity and his tackling, but he can go missing from time to time.
Well, I mean, you got to have that tenacity in the midfield. With the 6-6-6, it's really important. As soon as a team gets momentum and gets run on out of the middle, and you get clearance, and you get quick goals, and that's sort of what we did against Carlton last week. I can't talk about this week, but that's how we got our win. We just got that momentum, burst out of the middle. I think you need to have a Zach Jones type that's tenacious and willing to prevent the ball coming out with pace out of the midfield. That could have been a really big, piece this week against Richmond, who are really good at surging the ball forward. So, I reckon Ben's got a real point there about Zach Jones.
He played midfield, but then I don't know where other play because Stocker's nearly taken his spot at halfback when he plays there as well.
Yeah,
his eyes come on, so it's like I don't know how many minutes he'd stay on the ground and then be off on the bench and then come back on. So,
but I mean, you're giving a task to Winhag. I mean, he says here that he was tagging Bolton, right? So you give assignments to players. So it could be that Bolton doesn't play all time in the midfield. I mean, Bolton will go forward, so it does free up a spot in the midfield there for Jones to come on.
I'm not sure how far away he is. Not sure. I'll have a quick look.
Vin, Saints could have had Petrarca back when he was drafted. Would be handy right about now. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, Vin. I'm sure
we could have had Petrarca and Bond.
Yeah. well then. Boom.
We could have had Petrarca for pick 1 when Paddy McCartan got drafted. And we could have taken Jack Billings, Bond at pick 3 where we took Billings.
Yeah. Wow. Someone needs to go back in time. Someone needs to build a time machine ASAP.
I might do that on AFL 23, get Petrarca and Bond into St Kilda's midfield.
And what would have happened? Exactly. What would have happened since then? But yeah, Vin, hindsight 20/20, bro. I mean, I'm sure every club has sliding door moments when they picked up the wrong person. Yeah. G'day Globes, how's it going, mate? Still has to be injured. I think Ross admitted to it, saying that he's been struggling with his Achilles and trying to manage it.
Jones is 1 week away with a quad, but I imagine he come back through the VFL first.
You'd imagine, yeah, 100%. You don't just throw someone into the Tone, Hunter Clark, Nick Caulfield, bad picks as well. Says that.
We needed a midfielder at the time back then, and we had picks 6 and 7. So, I mean, I'd have to look at who else we could have gone around that time, but hindsight,
again,
you can see what they're like now.
Exactly, Captain Hindsight's is a wonderful thing, right?
Yes.
Vin said that you need to draft a new list manager. Well,
I
it's a
don't think
big
there's
call,
anything
Vin.
with Sauce, to be honest.
Mate, they've just got a new one now. And he brought Stocker along. So
Correct.
that's
And Caminiti.
successful. And Caminiti picked them up as well. He was training with the Carlton VFL. So I don't know. I reckon he's 2 for 2. I reckon he's doing well.
I reckon he is.
Early days. I was like, when people do pot shots at Adrian Dodoro, myself included, I do have to remind myself that for every dud pick that he does that comes along, I always get reminded of Nick Martin's glorious face. So,
Yes. Yeah.
Look, a broken clock can be right twice a day, but I mean, his sauce has gone twice so far, 2 for 2.
Yeah.
He's on track. He's doing well. And yeah, it's
Watch
a
out
young list
postseason.
still.
See what we do.
Will he target the Dud Silvani, son?
Short answer, 2 letters. One's starting with N and ending in O. No, thank you.
You better hope not. You better hope not. If we find Silvani Jr. over across a St Kilda, you know the fix is in. Oh boy. Vin, possibility of the Crouch brothers reuniting in the midfield.
No, I can't see it.
You can't see it?
No. Like, then it only pushes out a youngster, and then we've still got, I don't know, Billings will find his way back in at some point, I think.
Yeah.
And then, as someone brought up before, Jones, but I think we've still got to get this youth going. Because they might go elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean the youth is what's been sensational for you guys. A bit similar to North Melbourne, that it's the youth that's causing the optimism around the list, and I think it's really important that that you keep pumping games into him, and it seems like Ross is well and truly willing to do that. So Ross has been great. Obviously, he had a bad day at the office on the weekend there against Richmond, but obviously there's things to review. And then you move on. You guys are still well and truly in the hunt for finals.
Yeah.
What is your ladder position right now?
5th, I think.
Yeah, still 5th on the ladder. A decent percentage of 113.1. So that's not too bad. Close to us. But yeah, I mean, we're not doing too bad. But it's going to be a real logjam here. Yeah. I mean, we're both and the Doggies 1 game ahead of Adelaide, a draw out of Richmond, so it's getting real tight.
Mm-hmm. Like you look at our run home. Yeah, get this up. So Brisbane, West Coast.
That's a win.
Melbourne at Marvel. Gold Coast up there. North at Marvel. Hawthorn at Marvel. Carlton at Marvel. Richmond at Marvel. Geelong at Marvel. And Brisbane at the Gabba.
Jeez, you've got a lot of Marvel games to come, and that's where you love to play your best footy. So
yeah, so we only got to go outside the Marvel 1, 2, 3 times.
Wow, great Perth,
Gold Coast, and the Gabba in the last round.
Yeah, and that Perth game's against West Coast, so that's just a nice little excursion for your boys.
Yeah,
to jump on a plane.
Hopefully, a nice percentage boost.
Yeah, 100%. What's it? Adrian the Dud wouldn't pony up for Dunkley. Tries to trip everyone off and misses out on the play. Mate, they were asking for a lot, and it is entirely their prerogative, Jonas, for them to say no. And, obviously, Dodoro would be in talks with the coaching staff, with his team as well. Do we want to pay up more than the 2 first-rounders and a few? I think that we wanted 2 first-rounders and a future as well. So that is a lot to give up.
Yep.
And we didn't have very high expectations for how we were going to finish as well, being a young list, club in turmoil, new coach incoming. Like, we were expected to be a bottom 4 side. So to give up 2 first-rounders and a future would have been a lot to pay. I know Dunkley is Dunkley, but we're not paying up for a current, a current tilt for the flag. We're building towards our future. Whereas the Saints, I think, are in a better position to attack this year to win the flag. I think they've got a lot better senior experienced talent on their list than we do, I think.
We've had a strong core for a few years, so it's only a matter of time till we go a bit more further up the ladder.
Not many free agents this year. I know that's part of what's interesting, and why I think guys like Darcy Parish are getting a lot more discussion talk out of them, because just the depth of the talent on the free agency list isn't very high. Ben Saints could target Darcy Parish. Sorry. Look, if more players, if more teams are coming after our players, that is a great sign of respect, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So I'm not disappointed about that, Ben. Jonas, West Coast sniffing around Van Rooyen for pick 1 in the draft. Melbourne after Himmelberg with Brown, McDonald, Tomlinson all on the way out. There you go. We're getting some juicy goss here from Jonas. I love it. But Van Rooyen for pick 1. Wow. Just a straight swap.
Interesting.
That would be very interesting. I will jump on in a minute. Won't help on my team. Causa, the team, the Supercoach stuff is more so for tomorrow night. This is just general footy talk, Causa, but we're more than happy to talk North Melbourne because you guys really took it up to the doggies today, which was really impressive.
Good scare.
The real good scare. I was watching that. That was very good. Big Tommy D's in a very healthy position with it. Yeah, part of the reason why you guys are in contention to win the flag and why you guys are so up on the ladder. Yeah. Your list is very good.
Yeah, I'm bringing in two. Yeah? I'm bringing in 2 Melbourne boys this week.
Oh yes, 2 big boys.
2 big boys.
Oh, love to hear it. Global, when is Parish back? I reckon Parish will be back for that Freo game this week. There was open. That's what the club was aiming for in his rehab and his build up to play back. And then he was talking, and we had open training this week. And he told some fans over there that he's going to be playing this coming week against Freo. So big boost for us, 100%. We missed him. He's missed a month of football, and he still leads Essendon for contested possessions and clearances.
Yeah, that's absurd.
He hasn't played for a month, and he's still leading in those statistics.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
Yeah, he is vital for our midfield. D's with Hammer off halfback sounds lethal. Yeah, with Himmelberg at halfback, like if Himmelberg goes to the Demons, man, with that backline of already May and Lever, like come on, that wouldn't be fair.
No. Who would roll off?
Oh, I mean, like this. Jonas was here saying that
I'm like
Brown, McDonald, and Tomlinson are on the way out. So
who would roll off in the back line? Like who would intercept?
Oh, it would be Himmelberg. No, it'll be Himmelberg. Himmelberg's a good interceptor. Lever's a good interceptor. But I think they'd be happy to allow Himmelberg to, because Himmelberg's also a really good kick off halfback as well. So it could be Himmelberg, the one off halfback, and then they can also have like Bowie and Salem, who are both also really good by foot. They'd have probably the best back line in the history of the game, I reckon. It'll be that good. Dunkley would be Essendon's best player by a mile. Look, Dunkley is Dunkley, right? I'm not denying Dunkley, but Zach Merritt goes all right. I'd have plenty of footy left. 100%. There's plenty of football left in him. Correct. But we've got a lot of young midfielders that we need to develop on our list if we want to have a chance at success sustainably moving forward, like Hobbs, Perkins, Martin. Like we need to give these young players time in the midfield, similar to what the Saints are doing with Winhager as well. And if in time Filippo's going to be on the ball, you need to allow these youngsters to play. North Melbourne, they're blooding Wardlaw and Phillips and stuff in there. So you got to build for the future. It is what it is. And Dunkley is here for the now, and he was a great fit for Brisbane. It was a win-win for him.
Suited a need for him.
100%. Give some support to Neil. He gets to leave the football bubble here in Victoria, which can be, really oppressive with the media and stuff all over your back. So 100%, I don't know, it was a win-win for him and for Brisbane, and he's been doing great for him. Big Tommy Frio's first round pick as well got the leverage. I'm not sure what that. JVR is not worth pick one. End of convo. Well, especially when pick one is Harley Reid, and everyone's been talking about him since last year. Not even this year. They've been talking about him since last year.
Yeah.
So
there's a local lad up here that I think will get drafted.
Oh yeah,
he played for Vic Country today, and he's a handy wingman.
Nice.
So I wouldn't mind him on our list either.
You got to give Ross a call, mate. You got to give Ross a call. Give him a heads up.
Yes.
Vin, you'd rather Harley Reid and build a team around him than take Gamble and JVR. Look, JVR is going to be a very serviceable forward. There's no doubt about it. But from what I've, it's true, Tommy. Forwards are harder to find than midfielders. That's true. JVR and a first round pick for pick one and 32-year-old Darling. Bro, Darling is so washed. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, I would not touch Darling. You couldn't pay me $1 million to take Darling.
No. He was good back in the premiership year, but he's just slowly going.
Oh, he's not even slowly. It's just I think it's fallen off the cliff. Not saying Harley Reid couldn't or wouldn't be better, but the balance works at the moment. Look, JVR is a key forward. It's very hard to find a successful key forward. That I can agree with you, Tommy. But yeah, Harley Reid is super talented. He was touted the next Dusty Martin from the beginning of last year. So Cal Toomey's all over him. Cal Toomey kisses the floor on which Harley Reid walks on, basically. Like, he's been puffing up smoke so much about this guy. So look, I reckon Cal Toomey knows his footy very well, and I trust Cal Toomey, to be honest.
Gettable.
Exactly. Watch Gettable if you haven't. He's all in. Global. I think the Cats are shot this season. Yeah, the Cats are an interesting one. I mean, they had a good start to the game against Port away in Adelaide Oval. It's a bit of a fortress, the top of the ladder. They've won 11 in a row now.
Yeah.
So going into the bye, of course they play us after the bye. Piss off, man! Like, why do we have? They keep saying we have an easy fixture. Like, come on, we do not have an easy fixture. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, the Cats have been interesting. What have you made of their season so far?
Up and down. Very up and down. But I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak in, and they'll cause some headaches.
I think if they don't sneak in, something's wrong with how many games they've still got left to come at Cardinia Park over there at Geelong at home. If they miss the finals after winning the premiership last year, then that would be shocking.
I'm going to do some homework tomorrow, but I can't think of the last time 2 grand finalists did not make the 8 the following year.
Very true. Very true, because we know this. It's very unlikely the Swans make it. Now, there's still a mathematical chance, but I mean, they're 2 games outside of 8th right now, and very crap percentage. And they've got West Coast to come this week, so that's going to be a percentage boost. But yeah, it's very unlikely the Swans make it. That would be crazy if both. Well, there you go. Jonas has told you. 1963, the last time both teams in the granny missed it. Yeah, please let us know, Jonas.
Let us know. Yeah.
That is insane. Look at that.
That's me on my homework task for tomorrow.
That was 60 years ago. It's been 60 years since both teams missed the 8. I'll keep reading through. Jonas, Himmelberg, May, Lever, and Petty up forward. Very huge. That will be huge if true. The Dons still need an elite small forward, says Global. Look, we've got heaps of small forwards on the list right now. A lot of father-sons have come in. We've got Tip and Woody back, who's still unfit, but when he's fit and firing, is one of the best small forwards in the comp. So, I think we'll be fine. in the small forward department, I think we'll be okay. Jonas St Kilda has a first round pick ready to trade for Will Sedicic if gets over his stop time.
No, thank you.
He's ours, Jonas. He's ours.
I'd rather
Brad,
trade the first round pick for Parrish.
true. 100%. Oh, Parrish. First round. Minimum one first round for Parrish. Excuse you. He's worth 2 first rounders, Parrish, I reckon.
We'll make that work.
Blues fan, but it's very hard to find a Harley Reid fit. Correct. Hey Jen, how's it going? Thanks, guys. There is the link in the description below. If you wanted to come on, please make sure you have a click. Not that I'm sick of you at all, right? I'm not. I'm just opening up the floor to everybody. Yes. If anybody wants to come on,
that way is ready to be opened.
100%. We're willing to accept bids. Maybe McVee, JVR, or someone else plus 1 or 2 first round picks. Man, I can't believe people are so quick to trade out McVee and JVR to get this Harley Reid pick. You know what I mean? Like, it's that good. Like, he is that good. It's insane. Oh, there you go. Cause has given us the answer. Essendon and Carlton were the 2 teams from 60 years ago. That is so fitting.
I'll write that down.
So fitting that these 2 archaic teams, with all this historical success with other teams that managed to miss the 8 the following year. That is so perfect. Damo! The Blues won! The Blues have won! Congratulations! If you haven't subbed to Supercoach Edge, please head on over and sub. Get him to 1K, guys. We've got to help him out. But yeah, Cats have an average midfield with all the injuries, and now there's going to be that the news with what happened to Danger, because Danger, he had like a collapsed lung or something. Like, that was dangerous.
Yeah. The courage of him, hands up, but
100%.
Play on. It's just absurd. And that much pain as well.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah, they couldn't believe it. Like, how the hell did he play? Like, they couldn't believe that he played. I can't believe how he played. That is captain shit right there, if you excuse my French.
Yeah.
That is insane. Rodney, Cats depleted midfield, ruck problem, will make finals and cause some damage in week 1. So Rodney's got them making the 8. I think they should make the 8 with their cavalry to return and all their home games in Geelong. I think they should make finals. They're only a game outside the 8.
Geelong's run. Melbourne this week.
Tough.
Geelong. Sydney up there.
They all should win.
North at home. Your boys at home. Lions up there. Freo at home. Port at home. Collingwood at the G. Us at Marvel. And Bulldogs at Geelong, which might come down to who sneaks in.
Bulldogs at Geelong. That last game is going to be...
Surely that's the last game of the round.
Surely. It has to be. It has to be. I'm actually going to go to fixture. Has the rolling fixture come out for that point?
No.
That they got to make this the last game. This has got such ramifications. Will be insane. If anyone can win over there, it's also the doggies are capable. The dog is capable of pulling anything out of the ass. If you don't mind me saying that. Jonas says that on the radio. Fair enough. Supercoach, can someone unlock the door to the 1K for me? I've been waiting outside here for weeks on end now and edging closer. Guys, come on. They've been so close to 1K. I can't believe they're not on 1K already. Guys, let's make it a nice gift.
Hit the notifications.
Hit the notification. Exactly. You listen to him. We've got to do all we can. Come on. Let's. I'm going to actually open it up here. YouTube open here on the side. Oh, also while I'm here, because I see the thumbnail. Fancast. Guys, head on over to Fancast and sub over there. It is, think of the Footy Show, but 2023 version with a bunch of us YouTubers collabing together, coming together to basically have a Footy Show online. It will be good fun. Please hit this up. We literally just opened up the channel today. we've released a little sneak intro as well. And we're going to have a mid-season review coming up as well. So please head on over to Fancast if you want to have some fun and watch something different than usual. But yes, Supercoach Edge, they're on 823 subscribers. 833, guys. Come on. They're so close. I know we're not going to get to the 1,000 tonight, but you got to get them up there. You got to help them out. They pump out content all the time. Look at these beautiful thumbnails. Honestly, like, I can't do that. That's not my forte. And they have great content, great chemistry as well. So please head on over to Supercoach Edge and give them a sub. They're good. They're good people. I also have the Fancast open here. So please head on over to Fancast. It'll be good fun. Where's the ladder again? There's the ladder. Let's go back to these comments. Big Tommy, I wouldn't trade McVee or JVR ever unless they demanded, just seeing what would satisfy West Coast. Look, West Coast are in need of key forwards and rebounding halfbacks because they can't keep relying on Shannon Hearn, right? Shannon Hearn, he's always injured. He's nearly done. He's nearly done. There's also news about Barras. People are reaching out to try and get him out of there. So, look, they might accept getting this young talent to fill areas of need if it means giving up a Harley Reid. I don't know where they're at as a team, the West Coast Eagles. They are in a world of hurt. Exactly. I can't believe they've won a game. Like GWS. Like, how did GWS lose to West Coast earlier in the year?
Yeah,
I have no idea. Yeah. And now you look at GWS beating the living daylights out of Freo by 70 points, if you don't mind. Like, Jesus Christ. This season's been crazy.
Yep.
Supercoach, don't be fooled with my mob. We were on the same trajectory as your mob last season. Terrible season with a couple of hopeful wins, masking over the cracks. Voss, CEO, president will go. Crystal ball. You've heard it here, folks. You've heard it here first. Damo has gone bang. Damo's dropped the bomb. It doesn't matter.
Who takes the job, Damo?
Damo for president. Damo, I would vote for you. I will buy a membership if it me at Carlton.
Damo. Vote one Damo.
Vote one for Damo. I will buy a Carlton membership if you put your name down in the ring, mate. I will buy a Carlton membership. And as an Essendon supporter, I can't believe I just said that. But yeah, no, that's insane. Look, it was a great win. All off the back of that. That second quarter today was such an explosive quarter. 9 goals, if you don't mind.
I was listening on the radio. It's like goal, clearance, burst out of stoppage, goal, burst out of stoppage, goal. Rinse and repeat.
It was stupid. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, it was so different to the first quarter. Because if you go to the first quarter of that game, it was the most disgusting quarter I had seen in a long time. The skills on display was so bad. It was just like, what the hell was that? This first quarter, 1 goal 2 to 2 goals 6 was the score line. And then all of a sudden, they're like, stuff this. We're going to play good now. 9 goals 3 to 3 behinds.
Yeah.
Wowzers. Wow. Huge. And then the Carlton fans are in full voice. Da, 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 da. That was funny. That was really funny. Jonas, 2005, Port finished 8th, Brisbane 11th. 1993, West Coast took the last finals spot, Geelong just behind. Cool. On your global, thanks so much, guys. Hey, if you haven't smashed the like button, I know I'm at my rank. I'm at the rank. He went the ranking. 1,000 rank. And here we, mate, doesn't matter. You're looking for an increase in rank. We're looking to give you an increase in subs as well. Stuff our subs. Nah, mate, it's not stuff the stubs. You put in a lot of hard work, mate. You got to get on there. We got to help you out. You're a good friend of the channel. Causa, thank you so much for subbing a fan cast, mate. It will be really good. It will be really good fun. Jonas Goat, new nickname for Steele, Jack Thief. He will steal Supercoach points from your team. Wow. cuts deep.
I might change my team name.
Jack Thief. Or you could be Jack Steele, as in like spelling it as stealing from someone.
The man of steel.
The man who steals. Hardwick, knowing my mob chasing experience, he's got, yo, mate, if Hardwick goes to Carlton, Damo, that would be huge. Huge, I reckon. First game I have missed in Victoria all season due to filming with the Melbourne Renegades. Yo, you filming with the Melbourne Renegades? Jeez, Damo. He's going onwards and upwards, mate. That's unbelievable. Congratulations. Just don't win them. Just don't watch any games of Carlton and you'll be happy. Just don't watch Carlton games.
Just watch the replay later. Don't
check
the result. Just watch it in delay. I've done that a few times. I've done that a few times in our games, but I've been disappointed at the end.
Fair enough. Blues, man, if we get rid of Voss, we'll be going backwards. No coach we can get will fix our club in one preseason. Have to stick with Voss and have some stability. It is Carlton, though. I love how he ends with, it is Carlton, though. So it's very possible that a sacking is on the card. Yes, correct. Jack Steele. That's funny. I love it. Yeah, 100%. I'm ready to jump on. Yeah. Ready whenever you are, Causa. The link for anybody who wants to come on to talk about their footy team. It is a different channel and it is a different vibe Sunday night, with the fan cams and talking footy. I know it is primarily a Supercoach channel up until this point, but you got to sit back as well and talk about the footy as well. Because ultimately, if you don't talk footy, you can't be talking Supercoach either because they go hand in hand. And we love this game, don't we? It's the best game. It's the best game on earth.
Yeah. Brings you joys from week to week, or you can bring you sadness from week to week.
Exactly. Devil Rob for Devin Robinson. Yo, I'm gonna use that, Jonas. I'm using that, Devil Rob. I like it. Who is this legend on with you, mate? Damo, this is, introduce yourself.
Jono Carroll.
Jono Carroll.
Or as I'm in your Discord, Saint Binger Carroll. I'm in his Discord as well.
There you go, Saint Binger Carroll. So he's come on for our fan cam section here on Sunday at 9 p.m. That's what we've been doing every week, Damo. Everyone, we open up the link down in the description below for anybody to click on to come on with us and have a chat about how their team or football in general is going. Jono's been on now. We haven't had too many customers come on tonight, so but we do have Causa now waiting in the wings. So it was great. It was great to sit here and talk most things St Kilda with you, Jono, as well as other things, mate.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Always is.
Mate, thanks for coming, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes, hopefully there's a W at the end of this week, and I'll be a happy man.
W.
And a steely performance.
He needs to steal his old form back. He needs to get back on track.
Needs to look at his old self.
You tell him, mate. All right. We'll see you in the next one, Jono.
Radio. Catch up.
See ya. Bye. Alrighty. We'll then add our good friend of the channel of the North Melbourne variety, Causa. How's it going, mate?
Hello. Good.
You better be good because you guys really took it up to the doggies today.
Oh, it looked so good. I was there, and it was like so good to see seeing Will Phillips tackling English. I thought, Jesus Christ, for holding the ball. I thought this is crazy.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon the umpires, honestly, they
that was terrible.
Blown the whistle a few more times. Come on. Geez, I've always said
there's so many frees.
The umps love the dogs.
And we're the worst. We're on the ladder. We're last for freeze for and against. So differential. So
yeah,
it happened so many today that should have been ours.
Yeah,
and then they say play on or
Yeah, 100%. It's rough. It's rough. But
Yeah.
look, umpiring aside, what you guys have been dishing up under Ratton
It's
has
been good.
been so good. Like the
3
difference.
close losses, but there's been 3 close losses, and then except Giants last week, obviously, it's still been all pretty close.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the Giants, a bit like you guys, the Giants have found another gear now.
Yeah.
So losing by that margin to the Giants isn't a big deal because we just saw on the week. We just saw what happened now. Like
yeah, that was crazy.
They trashed the Dockers, 106-30, the 70-point smashing.
Yeah, I was watching that game live. That was it was crazy because I think Sean Darcy is a bigger loss than it can be given because their forward line was, and without Frederick as well, they had 3 smalls, like did nothing. And then you've got Nat Fyfe who had to play forward.
Yeah.
And then
took a nice mark.
The 2 toys.
Took a very nice mark.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
yeah.
Not much outside of that.
No.
I guess seeing as we're talking about West Coast and about the GWS and Freo, I guess we'll talk about this game then, and then we'll get onto your mob later because you did watch this game as well. Mate, how good was this man, Josh Kelly, on return?
He was crazy.
3 goals, if you don't mind, as well, on top of the 33 disposals.
He was so good.
He was elite. They had no answer for him. He worked his ass off. It was great. Again, they're just on song right now, the Giants. And a lot of it as well, I think, 100%. Jonas, bro. Yes, Briggs R1 gave that
I had the best decision. I had the best decision because I needed one of my matchups. I needed a differential, and obviously I have Briggs, Marshall, and English. And I thought, nah, I don't have a feeling because I thought they're playing against Jackson. I thought this might be a smart move. For me, where I fielded Briggs over Marshall and gained like 40 points, or 30 or 40 points.
Well done, cause that is a masterstroke.
And then that's why I'm thinking in round 16 to trade out Marshall and then try and finish my team because English is obviously still played so good with 3 frees against or 3 or 4 frees against. And he still gets a good score.
100%. English. Yeah, he's R1. English is R1 and Briggs is R2.
Because I was going to trade him this week. I was going to trade Briggs this week because of the bye. But then I thought after this, I said, nah.
You can't. He's just too good. He's too good to pass up. This guy
hasn't gone under 100 yet.
I know. He's just been absolutely killing it. He's been sensational.
Tom Green, 600K, I reckon.
Yeah, he's gonna be something astronomical. We might have to start him next year. So it might be the Briggs and English show next year.
Yeah, but he only has like 13 disposals. It's a joke how he scores so good.
6 tackles.
And lots must be hit outs to advantage as well.
100%. He's got a great midfield. He's got Kelly, Cogs.
He was Tom Green at the start. He was it was like God. He was good. I'm glad I picked him. I'm glad I picked him at foul and Davey. Davey to Briggs.
Briggs playing like Dean Cox. It's true tone. He even missed that goal that he missed was a very gettable shot as well. He could have gone more than this.
I thought he was going to at one stage.
Yeah, he even dropped a couple of marks that he otherwise would have taken as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, mate, Briggsy is the man, the myth, the legend. Tom Green, he's finally played with his eyes and hitting targets now. Like, he's not simply like playing with a blindfold anymore.
He was good. Yeah.
He was great. Cogs, again, 31 disposals. He missed a couple of times, but he did also set up a couple of shots on goal as well. So he got a few score assists. He's being very unselfish.
He did, yeah.
So that was very good. Riccardi, 5 goals too for Riccardi. Where's this been his whole life?
He was like, no, because no one manned up on. They were like open every time, and he was like getting the assist from someone else. They would do. They had about, I think it was over, was it 30 to 40 marks in there?
In their forward 50, it was ridiculous.
I think it was something ridiculous. It was.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
I've never seen such open forward line. And the Freo Dockers, they were building a lot of their game last year on their defense and then surging forward. It's like, where is this? Where was that on
Yeah,
the week?
but don't forget they've lost. Like, when you think Griffin Logue is now you think about it, he's a big loss.
He is a big loss.
When you think it
Akers.
just doesn't help.
Akers would push back.
Akers. Then they had Tucker as well, and Lob, and Lob is a big loss too.
Yeah. I always wondered where they were going to get their goals from when they just lost their number one goal kicker, and he was their number one goal kicker by a fair margin. So I was surprised.
Taverner was playing terrible because Taverner was terrible or injured.
Taverner is only good once a year. And that's when he plays against Essendon. He'll kick 7 goals. And apart from that, he won't do shit for the rest of the year. Excuse my French.
No, And then looking at it, was only Amos and Sturt trying to do stuff. And then that was 100%.
it. They're too young, inexperienced against a great back line for the Giants. The Giants have got a great back line. Them getting Taylor back this week was really big. There was that one like lunging, diving smother that was sure to be a goal in the goal square, and then
I remember that. Yeah.
That was sensational, body on the line stuff. So, Jonas, anyone gets sucked in the corpse known as Natalie Five.
Yeah, I traded him in, and I don't know, like this whole week. No, what happened was because I started off the week how I had Neil and Robertson in 3 minutes before the game.
Yeah.
And then had to swap Buller out and forgot to do those trades.
Oh.
So I missed those. So I missed 240 points. So I would have And then so what I did.
Oh, what's wrong?
And then
John, I got the chocolates on you this week as a result.
Yeah, he did because Wardlaw was going so good, and then he just started on the bench and couldn't get the disposals, and then that cost me. And then because I was playing Jono, and that's why I did Briggs because we both have Marshall and English as well. So, and so then I traded in Brayshaw 5 because I wanted Winhager as well, and someone told me no, don't go Winhager. And then
who told you don't go Winhager?
I was talking to someone on that day.
Okay.
And they said, don't go Winhager, go Fife over Winhager.
I told you go Winhager. I've said Winhager over Fife. All the time I've said that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So I lost so many points off those 3 that I was going to do. And then I traded Sincotta to Marriage. And so I had 19. So, but I mean, I still scored still 1977, but
still decent. Oh, mate, Damon, I love this.
But I mean,
the
I was so
Briglets. I love this one. Yes, I love that. The Briglet. I just call him Briggsy, but the Briglets. Yeah. Ooh, I might have to adopt that one, Damon. I might take that one from you. Cheers, mate. Yeah. Freo need a Mitch Lewis, says Tone.
He was even a late draft. He was a late draft pick as well.
Yeah, he was 100%.
I was reading somewhere today that Larky, him and Larky in the same draft were Larky was pick 67 and Mitch Lewis was pick 72.
Look at that, and they're both capable. And I reckon both of them are capable of winning Coleman medals in their careers. Yeah, so huge. But Tom Green was great back in form. Cogs back in form. Riccardi breakout game all by himself. Lockie Ash,
he played good.
Halfback. Yeah, he's great. I mean, that was part of the problem was the Freo forwards just were so lackluster. He just ate them alive. Perryman did okay in the middle. Toby, is he the best player in the league?
I was saying that
top
to my
5,
dad.
top 3.
I thought Bond is no. I thought Bond's 1, and then I think Toby's 2. I think.
Yeah,
That's in my opinion.
he is freak. Like this
Well,
guy. He's not the biggest. He's not the
No.
strongest. He's not the fastest. He's not the number one in anything. But
No.
he's just the package of what he has. His IQ, his skills, his toughness.
Yeah.
I can't. I just love everything about this guy. Even when he has his indiscretions.
That's why I love watching Giants games.
Yeah,
Because of him.
100%. He is X factor. I love Toby, honestly. He's a gun. I didn't. I mean, look how many players got 90
Like
plus.
Callum Brown. I think they did a genius move. I think moving
Pushing him
Callum
forward.
Brown. Yeah, putting him forward in the last few weeks, he's been really, really good because he's got
He's
good
dynamic.
kicking. Yeah,
He's a booming kick as well. 55 meters out. 55-meter drop punt, easy. Like mid post high. Like he kicks
yeah,
at
I know.
55.
He's so good.
100%. Yeah, Tone. Yeah, I agree. Even Callahan. Yeah, Callahan's a great player. And he's. I mean, you look at it here. He's like on track for the ton, and he only
Look at
got
his
62.
fantasy. Look at his fantasy though.
108.
What?
27 touches. 51% efficiency. 51.
Not like Jeremy Cameron, so that's all right.
No, not like Jeremy Cameron. But yeah, he's been great. Whitfield, even Whitfield kicked the goal. It was like his
Yeah, but he got
last goal
suspended.
before this
He
one.
got suspended
It was
anyway.
like, yeah. I mean, Whitfield's last goal I think he kicked before this week was like 2016 or something. Like he kicked the goal.
Yeah,
Like it's been a
while.
long time. Yeah,
It's like like all of them are doing it lately. Like
yeah, they've been really good. Yeah, they've been great. I love the way this guy. I don't know. I think Halloran's a bit underrated.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's
He's
a go-getter. He's just a big, strong unit that will crash
Yeah.
and run. I respect that. I do.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. But yeah,
And
you were
then-
saying Bedford. Oh, Bedford.
Bedford, yeah, he's like even though he doesn't get the disposals, like he with his tackles and he's pretty quick and like he helps them really well.
He's
It's
creative with
pretty
his
good
ball.
that they got him
Yeah,
for like hardly anything.
it was very smart because this guy was like stuck as the medical sub or the emergency.
Yeah, he was like I remember that. Yeah,
like every game. Like he only managed to play like two or three games last year for Melbourne. So clearly he was really good, capable of filling that extra slot there for
Yeah.
Melbourne. And GWS, they were very smart to get his manager on the phone. And yeah, he's been great for him. Absolutely. 9 touches. It's not setting the world on fire, but
No.
the 7 tackles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
that's what I mean.
that pressure. You can't. It's sensational.
And he plays like the small forward, but then roams up the ground.
Yeah,
It's like,
high half forward almost.
Yeah.
You know, for a small, because he's got legs, he's got wheels, he can use them. He likes to take players on. Nah, he's been a very shrewd pickup for the Giants. I was really happy for him when he got out because it meant that he's going to get the game time that he needs. And he's flourishing. And the Giants, yeah. I mean, how they've been doing the last few weeks? I think they've been pretty good.
They're 6 and whatever. They're 6 on the 6. Yeah, they've been doing pretty good. Because obviously they North.
Yeah. Let's see. The last few weeks, they smashed. Obviously, yesterday they smashed Freo.
And then they almost beat Richmond. Remember Richmond? Then they had that.
Yeah, that was a close game.
They could have been 3 in a row.
Could have been 3 in a row. They beat the Cats in Geelong as well.
Yeah,
that was very impressive. 2 goals shy of St Kilda. That's really good.
Yeah, that was a good game as well.
Yeah, and then obviously it's no disrespect. I mean, Collingwood, the MCG.
Yeah, that was they were off that day.
Yeah, 15 points to the Dogs. That's not bad.
And then they beat us, and then they remember when they beat Toby Green as well against Sydney as well.
Yeah, 100%.
21
points to the Brisbane Lions. That's also respectable. that was a close win that they ground out. So they've been decently well.
Yeah, I know.
The
They're
Giants,
closer to the finals than you think. Like
correct. Where are they on the ladder?
and they still didn't. And that yesterday
Yeah.
they still didn't even have Hogan either.
Correct. That late out for Hogan. Oh, and he's been really good for them this year, Hogan, as well.
Yeah.
He feels
I've
like
nearly
he really
watched all their
belongs.
games. I love
There you go.
watching their game. Even though I'm not a supporter, but I just
They're
like
a game out.
watching. Yeah, I know.
One game.
Yeah.
So that is very impressive by the Giants. They've been sensational. Yeah, I guess that's all. I mean, Himmelberg,
But it
72
couldn't get
points.
there. It couldn't get there for him. Was the problem.
They were too good. They were smashing him. They were smashing him at the contest.
He was doing all right to start off, and then it just slowed down.
Correct. I mean, Briggsy was just dominant in the ruck. I mean, nothing was getting past him. It was, that was insane. Wait, how did GWS go versus Carlton? How did GWS go? I'm sure.
I think they lost. I think wasn't.
I'm sure this is a rib. I'm sure this is Jonas being smart. Yeah. Mate, it was round.
I still remember that.
1, 2. It was round 3, bro. They had just lost to West Coast, right? If they were capable of losing to West Coast, then they were capable of losing
West
to
Coast.
Carlton. Okay.
I remember watching that West Coast game, but that was with all the players in at the time. No, wasn't it? No, that wasn't that one. No, where they got all their No, that might have been against Freo. No, when they had 5 or 6 West Coast had injuries in one game. But I don't think it was that one. I don't think it was that one.
No, it wasn't. No. It wasn't. Where did they get all their? I think it was against Fremantle. It was against Fremantle. I remember it was the derby. Yeah, where they got all their injuries. So that was rough. But that was a sensational output there by the Giants thus far to resurrect their season. And Luke Jackson, he's a number 1 ruck, but the problem is he will never be number 1 ruck.
Yeah.
He won't be number 1 ruck because
he won't be. No,
Fremantle have seen just how important Darcy is.
The Taters said they said Darcy is way better and Jackson is better as a forward because it helps their team structure. But you could see, obviously, it didn't help. This proves it now that
100%.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't. Against the dominant ruckman in the Briglet. What was it? What was
It's
the
crazy how he's the third ruck at the start of the year, Briggs, and then now he's
insane. Andy Brayshaw, 29.
He was going so bad. He was going so bad at halftime because I brought him in and I thought, oh God, here we go, and then because he had a few frees against. Yeah,
he did okay. I mean, he had one free kick for, one against, which is not too bad. But Andy Brayshaw, he cracked the ton. It's sort of what you want at this point of the season. Luke Ryan playing lockdown defense, very clean with the ball.
He was not bad.
It was pretty good. Hayden Young.
Hayden Young started like a house on fire, and then just
drifted away like the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, and then Sarong.
He started so slow. Sarong.
He was so bad, and then he had so many clangers, and disposal efficiency was. What's it say there? 45. Is it 45? Yeah, or 43?
43 efficiency. 7 clangers.
No, he was pretty bad.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I can't zoom in more than that. Yeah, so Sarong, he looks injured. He looked like he was playing injured.
Yeah. I think that's what it seems like.
I wouldn't touch him, Supercoach wise.
I was looking at it this week for him.
Me too. I was looking at him as well.
I knew before the news, I knew.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I changed. That's why I went Sinclair instead of him. I didn't want to. And if only
that's why I went Brayshaw.
If only Melbourne didn't have the bye this week, I would have traded in like an Oliver or a Petrarca this week. But
so I would have as well. But,
alas, it was not to be for us, Causa.
I don't think Jordan it will Clark, be for me this week.
Jordan Clark, I mean, he's doing okay, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of these players had okay-ish sort of games. I mean, Cox O'Meara coming back from his concussion was okay. Tracy
And it seems like
tried.
Tracy doesn't work. He doesn't work, I don't think.
Look, he had a kind
Either.
of a tap in, which set up the Walters goal. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
But that was
yeah, I don't
probably
know.
highlight of the game.
Schultz I was so shocked like that Johnson. I know Johnson getting subbed, but Banfield was a bit worse than Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, Johnson was okay. I mean, this Johnson score copped a pretty big hit because he gave away that 50-meter penalty at halftime, was it?
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, as well.
That was rough.
That was killer.
Which led directly to a goal, and that was the goal that Lockie Whitfield kicked, I think. So
I think it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Was gifted that goal. So I mean, look, Johnson, he's better than this. 11 touches, 3 marks, no tackles. I mean, he's better than that. It was a bad day in general for Fremantle, I think. Just
yeah, because their scores, obviously, if they're getting smashed, they can't. Like, if he's doing well, he can't go up heaps every possession. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
It was like,
and as John said, yeah. And Longmuir said after the game they copped the corky. Yeah. So yeah, that obviously would have hindered him as well. I just hope that he can get up for me next week because he's part of my planned 18.
yeah, I've got. Yeah, I can get to 18, but I don't know. It's a pain. Like, do I trade Sard or not? And that's my issue.
That's the issue.
Because it's been the worst trade in. Like, it's just been
true.
like when I had Doherty and then Sard getting injured ever since. He was looking so good today. He was 50-something at halftime. And then, like, slowed down so bad. And I thought, do I want to trade Sard? Because that's obviously to get off a guy so I can get to 18. But I'm not sure. Do I just trade, like, Johnson instead?
Look,
and
I think
just
you got
have and I go to 17 instead.
I think Sard. I don't know.
Sard's 440 is the problem.
Yeah, I know. It's very hard to trade him out.
I got him at 560 or 570, and I could have got Clary that week. That's
Jeez, that's
yeah.
rough. Well, I don't know. I thought Sard had a decent game today. I thought Carlton. I guess we'll move on to this game now. I think we spoke all we needed to speak about against Freo and GWS. So look, I thought Sard had a decent game. He even had a run. A run off halfback, which I don't think we've seen from him in a few weeks' time. It
wasn't, no.
So it looked like Carlton were playing without the shackles on, so to speak. It looked like they were looking to play some free-flowing football, which could see
they just gave it to Doherty more.
They did give it to Doherty more, exactly. I mean, it wasn't even just that. I mean, Doherty also was imposing himself on the contest. I mean, I won't forget that one crunching tackle that he had on Bailey Humphrey. Poor kid, he absolutely.
I remember that.
That was tough. So, look, I think the leaders at Carlton copped a massive rocket during the week.
I think so because I thought Carlton aren't good enough, so I'll tip Gold Coast Suns. All right.
Oh.
And I thought, oh god. And then when I saw that second quarter. I was just so furious and then I said it was over, and I thought another tip down the drain because I had to try something different.
I tipped him, and then something inside me was like, "Really, Joe? You're tipping the Suns at the MCG?"
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as well.
Like something, it kicked in. I was like, I've never tipped the Suns.
But
at
then
the
I
MCG.
was cheering after the first quarter. Like my dad and that about because he tipped Carlton and I was saying, come on, the Suns are going to win here. And then second quarter, they had like 10 minutes. There were like 5 goals in the first 4 or 5 minutes on the clock. It was like ridiculous. And then I thought, no.
They did an Essendon to him. They did an Essendon. They just pummeled. They just all center clearance goals.
It was.
It was brutal. I managed to change my tip back to Carlton before the game though, so I am a happy chap. I'm a happy chap right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chera, back-to-back weeks, very impressive. Adam Chera.
Yeah, he's really good. He was good.
I mean, even last week he was good as well. So he's one of those players that has been able to stand up for him when they're shit and when they're good. So that's the hallmark of a good player.
He's had a lot of. Didn't he have like a 130 against West Coast? He's had another one around that time as well. He's had like nearly 3 or 4 this year, and it's been pretty good.
The Carlton supporters gave it to him harder than police batons on protesters. That is so true, Jonas. The Carlton supporters, I have never seen ever in my life in watching football, I have never seen a supporter base be so toxic and brutal towards their
against their own team.
Against their own team. Like, I've never seen that
leaving
before.
Like 3/4 time. It was ridiculous. Yeah. And then today, seeing them, they were like cheering and everything. It was like so weird from 1 week to the next.
And they call themselves the best supporter base in the comp. Like, they reckon they're the best ones when they're hurling abuse, literally hurling abuse and throwing their scarves and their memberships on the players as they're leaving the ground. And then the next week, yeah, we love our boys. Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, Newman did all right for him. A 121 off 19 touches, if you don't mind. Like, what the hell is this efficiency?
He had 80. Was it 89 or 80? Yeah, something like that.
89% efficiency. One behind, but 19 touches, 8 marks, 6 tackles. Great stat line for Nick Newman playing in defense. He was very well.
He was good.
Paddy Cripps.
Man, he was good.
Mate, when Cripps is kicking 3 goals, Carlton fans become very insufferable, don't they?
And 7 clearances as well. He had 2. 7 clearance, 14 contested. Jesus.
Yeah. He had a day out. Did one Paddy Cripps today. So yeah, he was very good. Credit where credit is due. Hopefully for the Steel owners out there, it's possible for a bounce back. Cripps could not have looked any shitter last week against us.
Oh, he was horrible.
He was so bad. Perkins took him to the cleaners.
I know.
So you now come this week and look what he dishes up. So for all you guys that own Steel, if Cripps can do it, surely Steel can do it, right? It was huge. Matty Kennedy I was really impressed with Matt Kennedy.
Yeah,
I can't believe this guy was the sub a few weeks ago. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, especially if you have Paddy Dow, like Paddy Dow's a sub, but he was pretty good when he came on as well. So
yeah, 100%. Jono's asking about Chera. Is Chera a starting option next year? He's only had 3 scores under 90. This has been his scores: 100, 75, 96, 84, 106, 104, 134.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the 144 and the 3 130s in a row. That's what I was saying about.
He's had very good.
6. Yeah.
He is a sneaky shot. I reckon. I don't know. I'd wait. I wouldn't start him though, because George Hewitt was a sensational pickup for him last year. Was on fire, and then this year, before his injuries, he just didn't fire. So it's possible for new players to get the second year.
I was thinking the same thing as well. I thought about this too, but then thinking about it now, like, is he going to be like top 8 if you've got Taranto and Dunkley as, like, say, mid-onlys as well?
Yeah, correct. They won't be forward anymore.
So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I thought about this clearly, and then I thought, no, like, Dunkley Taranto is going to be way better. Obviously.
Yeah. Dunkley, Taranto, Oliver is going to be in there. Petrarca is going to be in there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Lachie Neale still going? Well, how old will Lachie Neale be next year?
It's
He
31,
could
I think.
probably
he's
would
31.
wouldn't go Lachie Neale then.
And then I
Could
don't
be
think McRae
could be
is
Tom
not
Green,
yeah.
or Brayshaw, or Sarong, a second year of inside mid for Sarong.
Yeah, that's
could
what I
take
mean.
that
Yeah.
next step.
And then you
It's
still
tough.
got Bond. And then you
Of course.
got Bond
You got
still
Bond.
as a normal.
Yeah. Laird.
Because I reckon he might, if he wins the Brownlow, I reckon he might be the first guy in ages that his average won't decrease like really,
drop. Yeah.
like heaps.
There is a curse.
The
There is
next
a
year.
curse right now.
But I just think he won't do that.
Correct. Bond is Bond. I mean, he's the Bond, right? Doherty, back to what we expected him to do at the start of the year, the bastard, before we had to trade him out. 32 touches, 9 marks, 4 tackles. He had a great game, Sam Doherty. Bastard. Where was this? Where was this before, you flog? Sammy Walsh, 29 touches, 108 points. Got them ball a lot more on the outside this week.
Yeah, but he was like kicking it. His efficiency wasn't. He was like kicking goals.
Yeah,
because I obviously watch close because I have him. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Cottrell had a burst in the second quarter where he went bananas.
Yeah, he was.
2 goals to that as well.
Yeah.
TDK, DeConning had a great game. I thought DeConning football wise probably gave more to his team than Witts did. I thought he beat Witts on the day.
Yeah, I think so.
But Witts got more Supercoach points. He got 102, whereas DeConning got 98.
What was he? I think he was only 4 or 5 disposals, and he was like 60 Supercoach at halftime or something ridiculous, and 23 hitouts. It was ridiculous that I saw, and my mate, he was so furious that.
Yes, that's what Witts is. Witts is a hit out to advantage king. That's where he gets his points from.
Yeah.
So
he was on 4 disposals or something ridiculous.
Something is 100%. Brody Kemp could be the secret to Carlton's success moving forward. I think this guy, him and Wiedering would make a great duo. They need to hold on to him. He was great again today.
Yeah, he was.
Saad, you're in that predicament, but 18 touches, 3 marks, 3 tackles. It's a decent game. Hopefully.
I'm just copping like 80s, and it's been like killer because like everyone's having like all these other guys like going better, and then I'm stuck with like.
I've got Will Day. I've got Will Day, who hasn't been doing great.
I've got both, so.
They're funny, man. TDK will be in the red, white, and black next year.
Could
says
be.
John.
You never know.
He could. He absolutely could. It would be a great pickup. Mitch McGovern, 85. Seems like a normal Mitch McGovern score, to be honest. Always also 85. I mean, the forwards would have done well. Yeah, see, because they kicked goals. So, always wouldn't go near him. Kerno wouldn't go near him. Mackay wouldn't go near him. They managed to cash in on a big game on a big day today. So 2 goals, 2 goals, 2, 3 goals. Mackay, he dropped an absolute sitter though.
He did. Pitney, oh my god.
Jesus.
How he had
I've never seen
4 free kicks against it. 4 free kicks against in 11 minutes or something. It was a joke.
Astronomical. I can't believe it. Like,
he was at minus 11 at one stage. I thought, oh god.
Mark Shittinet. I call him Mark Shittinet for a reason. Cunningham was huge in his return. He looked really good. I don't think this score 42.
He played some mid, and then same as Fogarty. And like Fogarty, he was playing like mid minutes as well, which was just because he came back this week as well.
That's right, both of them.
I was one who hadn't played Frey, because he was the one from Geelong.
Yes.
So
it was great return for both these players. I think there's a lot of Carlton fans out there that have been crying for these two to be given a gig. It took a loss to Essendon to finally finally kick into gear.
Yeah.
And they look great. They looked great. I think this lineup is probably Carlton's best lineup. The way they were able to move, defend against a very tall back line. Yeah, Levi Casbolt got on the end of a few. Mate, that one goal by Levi Casbolt was it in the pocket? That was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was like his best kick of his life. I couldn't believe what happened there. Paddy Dow, Daddy Powell, once again, the sub seems to be their super sub at the moment.
He played pretty good for what game time he had.
20% game time, yeah. So not bad, not too bad. Jack Martin subbed off yet again as he did last week. And Jack Martin, he seems to be that link player that they've been missing for so long. Someone who's got good ball use that can hit up their forwards.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's enough Carlton Blues talk. I'm starting to feel dirty. We'll move over to the Suns. Fairly disappointing, I'd say overall.
Ainsworth, but he was good.
Ainsworth is the one person who was not disappointing. I agree. He was very good. 2 goals won, six contested to go with a part of his 22 disposal overall. He was by far and away, he was their best player. He busted his ass off. Noah Anderson. Yeah, I mean Noah Anderson. He started hot. Noah Anderson.
Yeah, he did. And then I thought, yeah, he was like on 50 or something pretty early, like in the second quarter, and then he slowed down really when Carlton ran over the top and he couldn't collect the ball, and then his score started going up, but not at the obviously
not at that rate. Yeah, correct. With Sunderland too, that's a great 10 disposal game.
45 hit-outs. 45 hit-outs.
It's ridiculous.
It was 45 hit-outs to their 32 combined. They're 32 combined.
Yep. Correct. Absolutely. He's killed it, Witsy.
I think they need Chol back. I think they need Chol back.
100%.
I don't know how he can't get a game.
I don't know.
He's just playing VFL. And their team's too good. Their VFL team.
Exactly. 100%. As you say, Jono. Anderson left 130 on the table there. Yeah, that was 100%. He was on track for a big score, and
he was
a bit similar to Rowan Marshall last week. He had like 50 hit-outs last week. He left a lot of points on the table as well. So, you gotta make the most of those. Anderson Ark is still leaking, not Noah's Ark. Anderson, Noah. Oh mate, Jonas, you only go, Jonas. Yeah, Mark Pitiful got a 4-year deal. DeConning is gone for the highest bidder.
Yeah, I know.
Look, it could very well be the Sainers. I think the Sainers should be throwing a lot of money at him, I think.
Or they have said Sydney a lot. They have said Sydney a lot for DeConning, but I don't know. But I don't know if that's good fit or not. I don't know.
That's true. Exactly, yeah. Lukosius, man, this guy he's a good player. You can't leave him in space to do what he wants to do because he will carve you up. He's a great ball user.
I don't know how, when he first started as a forward, I think he was just getting too overhyped and stuff like that. Lukosius as the second pick, but obviously it takes time for him because they're criticizing obviously his ball use when he first started, but now he's really good. He's changed. I don't know. It's been really good for him.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Matty Rowell, a 92 in what was a smashing. For those who traded to Matt Rowell, I'd actually be really happy with this score. In what was a massive demolition, and he still went 92. That's really good. 21 touches,
definitely
7 tackles. That's a classic Matt Rowell performance. If he's playing in a winning match, he could be on the end of some more score assists, and that 92 could very easily be over 100. So that was a decent game by Matt Rowell, I thought.
Yep.
Anyone? Levi against his old mob. He started okay, to be honest. Had a decent game.
And Humphrey started. He was like 30 something at half time, and then he picked himself up after the half time.
Correct.
And then same with Atkins as well. He was like nothing, and then he did the same.
Oh, I love that Atkins dance in the middle of the ground, step around one beautiful hit, found Humphrey like that. And then Humphrey kicked the goal. That was a great.
Yeah, when he kicked the goal, yeah.
Between the two of them. So I mean, Humphrey's a jet. 11 touches, 4 marks, 6 tackles, and a goal. 7 contested. He was great. He was great, Bradley Humphrey. I think he was sent forward. He was sent forward a bit, to be honest.
I think he was, yeah.
Started in midfield, switched forward in third quarter. Yeah, so
yeah, he did.
He was moved forward. So 74 points. You take it. He's doing well. I think he's going to be cover for me for the rest of the year. And I think he'll be capable.
Trading.
Yeah, well, I think he'll be great. I think he'll be fine. If the game is on their terms and they're able to get the wins. If it's a smashing, as we saw today, he's going to suffer. And then this 74 was with a goal. You know what I mean? Like he might.
Yeah.
Who knows? Ratkins 66. Probably not what people hoped for when they traded Ratkins in, but it is what it is. Ben King with a 48. He would have made everybody his money already if they started Ben King. So
and his brother was in the crowd. So Max King was watching him live for one of the first times. All
right. So I guess we'll go to the last game now because now it is 11 o'clock and we've got work tomorrow. So we'll go to the last game. We've left the best till last because this is your mob. It was a great performance, great showing, and I know Ratton was asked after the game what he would consider successful and things like that, and he says there are certainly elements of success in this team at the moment. I definitely agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like seeing like Bulldogs not start well, I thought, oh God, I think we're on here. We've got a chance. And then when they started giving it to Cody Waitman, I thought, and he was on fire. I thought, oh God. And then I thought, we're going to lose by 50 here, the rate they were going in the third quarter. And then we fought it out and like only lost by 19, which is
that's so good. It's that persistence, that perseverance, that they just continued to grind out the game and then drop their bundle. Mate, that is so impressive for a young list. Oh my God, you guys have got so much upside to come. It is ridiculous.
I was so glad when I was reading the team sheets and like whole extended bench. I thought, come on, is it time? And we were working it out, and we thought, yep, it's time. He's dropped.
Yeah, that was
100%. Because that extended bench was like so many could have played. It was like, but I think they picked the right mix today. I think.
Yeah, Goldie, he was killing it early.
He just hit marks as well.
It was ridiculous. He was like an impregnable wall 5 tackles in the first quarter.
He had really good. Yeah,
2 tackles, 4 marks. I think almost all of them were intercepts. 15 disposals,
40-something hitouts.
Yeah, 43 hitouts. Absolute sensational effort. The guy's like 83 years old and still killing it. Like, what the hell is going on?
Oh no, he's so good.
He's a guy in Todd Goldstein. I love Todd Goldstein. Shazel back to his tunning ways, playing,
his disposal. He was
81%
with his disposal efficiency because he was at one stage 87%. They were showing on the screen like his 87% disposal efficiency, and like he was going really good. Him just doing so many kickouts was giving him like 3 points.
Correct.
And like
100%.
Yeah.
Larky, mate, the big Suv Larky, another 3 goals. This guy could win the Coleman. He's in line for the Coleman this year. He's not giving up.
Is he 2 or 3? I think he's 2 or 3, but I think he's 3 or 4 behind. I think
Behind
because
Kurno.
of
So he's in it.
kicked,
He's in it.
kicked a few. Yeah,
That is awesome.
I think he's got a shout
yeah,
because we still have West Coast. We still have West Coast
Correct.
again as well.
Exactly. And yeah, only these 2 players turned up for you guys, Supercoach wise, because it really was a shared effort, a collective effort by
Yeah, it was, yeah.
by your team. A lot of people pinch hit and did their roles. You know, so that's why you're seeing a lot of in the 70s here. But none of these guys played badly. Heck, Zeeble with a 68 probably wasn't one of the shining.
Yeah, but he had
ones,
4
I thought
disposals
Zerha-
after half. He had
Yeah.
4 disposals after half time.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the problem.
But I thought Zerha was great. I thought Zerha, especially early on in the first half, I thought he was.
Yeah, but then he
very
got pinged for
instrumental.
running too far as well.
Yeah,
He ran too far.
I couldn't believe that. How often does
And
someone
then
get pinged
Spicer
for
was
that?
going to go for goal, and then they say no, Bulldogs free.
It's always
and we
against the
were all-
Bulldogs.
Yeah,
It's always the Bulldogs. They always find the bull crap free kicks. Mate, every
Well,
single
that-
week,
that-
people
we
run
didn't know
too
what was
far.
going on. All of our North supporters around it, had no.
100%.
We were all like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as Tone says here, mate, Goldstein is Supercoach royalty. I agree. I was a proud Goldstein owner last year.
I've been in the past. I have.
Mate, I had him as soon as Cherry went down last year. I traded him in. It was a great pickup for me. Gold did very
But
well.
I reckon I reckon when Goldie retires, Cherry's going to be good for Supercoach. I reckon.
Oh, for sure. A lot of big shoes to fill as well. Shees will be F6. Yeah, he'll be my. I reckon might be my D5 because I've got Will
Mine's
Day.
D5.
So,
I've changed mine defense now.
yeah. So, yeah, I think Shees was a keeper, especially if you're going to persist with dropping Aaron Hall, which is great for all of us, I think, both Supercoach wise and as fans of football, fans of North Melbourne.
Yeah, it looked much better. It looked much better with Sheasel as a defender than Hall there, because Sheasel has a better disposal game and he's way better kick than Hall.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. It's not a turnover king like Hall is. Jeez.
No.
Who else did? I mean, Wardlaw's performance. I mean, him going head to head with Libba for a period there.
No,
some
points he was on Bond. He was on Bond a lot.
And there was some points on Bond, but there was that run-down tackle that he did on Libba. Libba's a hard man to tackle. That was sensational.
The problem was with his score today was he in the second and third quarter was like 6-7 minutes on the bench at the start of each quarter. So he was losing so many crucial points to.
But he's a jet. He's an absolute gun, Wardlaw. Words can't describe the amount of upside. It's all about keeping him healthy at this point, really.
Yeah, if he was healthy, he would have played round 1.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Eddie Ford, 30 points for Eddie Ford. Only the one kick for the boy.
Yeah. The problem was he was on the wing. He was on the wing a lot, and he was getting no space to kick, so he was just handballing every opportunity because he had obviously 10 handballs, as it says there. So
yeah. Look, he was decent.
So that's not impacting on his point.
Yeah, correct. I mean, 81% efficiency, so he was hitting his handball targets more often than not. But look, a lot of us had Eddie Ford as our 18th player as well. Like I had Eddie Ford.
He was my 19th. He was my 19th. So did I. I had the 19th and 18th was Johnson and
I had both of them. I caught both of them. They were exactly 18 this week, so I caught both of those scores this week.
Yeah. But I copped in that 547 as well. Yeah.
That's sucks to suck. That's why you don't pick frauds like Fife. I mean, I mean, I had them, and I managed to crack the 2,000 this week, so that was.
No, I didn't.
I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we'll talk about the doggies
I
now
was
then.
Mate.
Bont is Bont, right? Bont is Bont.
Oh my
Doing
lord.
Bont things.
He was so good. When he kicked that third goal, I thought he was going to get to 170, 180 at one stage because there was still 5-6 minutes when he kicked the goal left.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Yeah, captaining him was the play, but was too worried about a Liam Shields tag. I thought Liam Shields would go to him.
So, Liam Shields tagged. He started with Libba, didn't he? I think something like that.
Yeah, he started with Libba. Couldn't believe it. Adam Treloar did all right. You know.
Yeah, he was
in
good.
His return. Very, very good game. English gave away those free kicks and still ended up on a 133. He's a bastard.
Yeah, he was like clunking marks. He was like,
it's rough, Toad. It's rough. When he goes big, bro, he goes big enough times for you to start to feel resentment when you don't hit his VC or his C.
I still remember the one against Giants, that week with Bon. I had him captain and then took the Toronto 118, and then 1 minute before I was trying to click, and then it was after lockout for the captain when he got 160 or whatever he got. He's had a 160, another 160 or 180 this year. It's ridiculous.
Look, the 120s ain't bad, Tone. Look, 120. Look, you could have had a me last week when I bloody went with what's his face, Brayshaw for a 107. So, look, it's fine. What did I score, Jono? I scored 2006, Jono. So, not the best. Obviously, it was a 10% top 10% score. But
well, there was some guy who made a team for the buys. There was a guy this week who made a team for the buys. Scored 2380 something because he had 22 playing and technically all the best scorers.
Correct. That's what people do at the start of the year, so they don't play for the 50K, they play for the 2,000. So look,
or they made one just like this week. That's what I'm meaning. Or
just
like
this week. Fair.
Yeah.
True. Fair. Waitman, 6 goals. Hard not to score a good score when you're kicking 6 goals.
And then so many contested marks, like his speckies and.
Oh, I still hate him. I don't give a shit what anyone tells me how good of a player he is. I hate him. He's the flog. He's a piece of crap. I don't care. He plays for free kicks too much. He gets given free kicks too much. It's disgusting. Libba 115, bro. Libba's a gun. I don't know what to say. He's a very good player. Daniel had his quieter game compared to what he was popping off the last few weeks.
He kicked the goal in that.
Yeah, exactly. Bailey Dale is an interesting one. We've sort of seen a bit of a rise from him with the injury to
I'm just worried. I'm just worried with Dale that he was sort of, I don't know, like when Liam Jones, the problem was there was Liam Jones who obviously broke his arm.
Yeah.
So Liam Jones broke his arm in the first quarter because he was apparently, my dad saw it where he was wobbling his hand, and apparently he was like, yeah. And then apparently Tim O'Brien, because that's why Norton in the third quarter went back, because Tim O'Brien did a hammy as well. So they had 2 key defenders, and I was just worried that Dale just might affect Dale for some reason. So they had two keys. So Norton went from forward to back because obviously he's already played as a defender before.
Yeah.
And I thought, why is he in the back line in the third quarter? He was on Paul Curtis. I thought, this is weird. And then I realised, because
they had to shuffle things around. That's for sure. So Bailey Smith did okay. He did all right. Ugelhagen took some marks, couldn't convert on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Something that he has to work on. Yeah, exactly. Jack McRae, 81 points. Why
No,
they keep
that-
playing Prey on a wing and not on the ball is ridiculous to me.
Yeah, Trelaw cost him. At one stage, McRae looked all right, but he was only 50
Yeah.
Supercoach, I thought, this is not right.
No, not right at all. Aaron Norton, the astronaut, 2 goals for 76 points. He did okay as well.
Yeah.
Doing pretty forward things. Bailey Williams, I don't really care. Oscar Baker, 67. No one should have him anymore. And no one's got any of his
But
players.
he
If
gave
you got-
away the 50 as well, so he could have scored
Oh,
a bit higher.
yeah.
But he gave away that 50 when he was in the back line.
Correct.
Ben Mackay, he gave away the...
Yeah, exactly. And then Liam Jones, copped a really early injury. Broke his hand. He only had
I
5%
thought, hang on, Liam Jones
game
is subbed.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I thought Liam Jones, it said on the screen Liam Jones subbed, and I thought, what's gone wrong?
Well, a lot's gone wrong. Yeah. So he's a gone. He was gone really early, only 5% game time. No, he was completely statless.
4 or 5 minutes. I think it was 4 or 5 minutes in, or not even.
Yeah. Statless as a result.
Yeah, he was. He had to play on Paul Curtis. He started on Paul Curtis. I thought this looks so mismatched. I thought, oh god.
100%. Jonas, how is your mama's team? It's my grandma's team, bro. She scored 21. She scored 21.74 this week.
Jeez.
Currently ranked 195 in the world. So,
jeez.
Grandma is cooking. Grandma's kitchen. She's cooking. She's pushing for the 5,000. For the 50K. She's in the top 200.
That would be so funny though. That would be so funny though.
Right. If that
happened.
If my grandma's team somehow pulls out the 50K, and I gotta walk her out, and I have to walk her out to the Herald Sun as the winner of the Super, that would be so ridiculous if that was the case. I couldn't. That would be unbelievable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
John O'Carroll should be a good captain's round this week. Yeah, could very well
Dunkley.
be.
I think I'm going Dunkley again. I can't. I cannot.
Hard not
go
to.
Against.
Hard not to. I mean, what we got here? We got Geelong v Melbourne at Geelong.
So it could be good.
Sainers.
But it could be good.
Yeah, you've got to go Dunks. Dunks got to go there. Any
maybe
Swans player? Golden
Sea as well.
Could be a Golden Sea against West Coast.
No, but that would be so risky. But I mean,
of course. Zach Merritt, perhaps against Freo, you reckon?
Maybe, but does Aish tag? Is the if he's back? You know.
Oh yeah, correct. Aish could tag. Yeah. Collingwood, MCG. I mean, you got the Nick Dacos v Ben Keys situation, perhaps again this week.
Yep.
But you can't. Ben Keys won't be able to go with Dacos at the MCG. Bigger ground.
No.
No. Yeah, Jono's here saying Anderson versus the Hawks could be one. Could cop a Nash tag.
I don't really like anyone in the later games. It's hard. The only one I really like is Laird against Collingwood, but
right, yeah, correct.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Who Laird or Dawson? I don't really like.
What about Stewart?
For the
What about Stewart into Dunkley?
Oh, but what happens with Duncan is but it is at Geelong. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
playing at Geelong. He loves to play in Geelong.
What's his last?
He had a shocking game on the weekend and still scored 91.
That was terrible. I thought.
The last time.
Oh, but that's when he got injured. No, the last time he played Melbourne, he got injured. He got injured.
Geelong, yeah. No, but at Geelong was a 120.
Yeah, that was the one with Max Gawn, wasn't it? When Max Gawn was the match winner.
Correct. Correct. I don't know. I think I might just do Stewart into because I mean we look at if we look at What am I saying? Melbourne's forward line. I'm not too many
they
great
do give up.
marking targets, and they are not great kicks inside 50,
No, they're not.
and they are
give up
very
a lot of points.
and they're very inefficient. They love to miss. They love to kick more behinds than goals, Melbourne.
Yes, but is
So,
Zach Tui? The problem is Zach Tui gonna take heaps of kick-ins as well?
yeah, but maybe as long as Stewart is on the receiving end of the kick-ins, for example. If Stewart's not the
But
one
they
taking the
won't
kick-in,
last. Yeah,
you never know. He
Yeah.
might be the one to receive it. I reckon Melbourne's midfield's stronger than Geelong's midfield right now, so they could get a lot of forward supply. So I reckon Stewart. I don't know.
think
I might be doing
Because
Stewart.
if there's
into Duncan.
Dangerfield, no Bruin,
Correct.
who's coming in? That's what
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I reckon I might.
Bose
do Stewart.
might play mid. Bose might play. Yeah. I like Stewart into Dunkley.
PC. Yeah. I might just do Stewart.
Or Dunkley into Goulden is my other.
Yeah.
Or
Dunkley into
if I
Goulden.
can afford Luke Parker would be a good in this week.
Clary or Track Ninto Dunks.
Clary
or Track into Dunks is tasty. Yeah. Clary could be is going to against that weaker Geelong midfield, 100%. I don't have any of those Melbourne boys this week, so
no, I don't think I'll be getting them. Not this week.
Correct.
I can get them next because obviously when I trade it, because I was obviously trading Briggs, Humphrey, and Sincotta was my plans this week, but now that's changed because I need the numbers.
Does Adelaide play well at the G though? I don't think Adelaide plays well anywhere apart from home at this point, Tone. So yeah, I agree. I think Adelaide. I think the problem with Adelaide is that they are mostly good at home, and then when they travel,
that's interesting.
Is when they have their
it's hard to know with Merritt's record at Optus against Freo because it's been a long time Essendon as well. Essendon haven't played Freo at Optus for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Where was this game? That was at UTAS.
UTAS, they just won.
Yeah. They haven't won the MCG this year?
No, they haven't played at the MCG, no.
Adelaide have not played at the MCG yet this year.
No, but they haven't won a game except UTAS outside of Adelaide.
Outside of home.
So,
yeah.
I'd
bet against Adelaide. I would bet against Adelaide playing away from home.
I do like Laird, but I don't know. Laird's last 3 against Collingwood, but only been at the Adelaide Oval. He's had 100, 154, and 144.
Oh,
so,
very nice.
I don't know.
Let's have a look
Dawson. But Merritt hasn't played it. I want to know at his Optus. It's only been Marvel. That's what I mean. I want to know his Optus 4 against Freo. That's the problem.
Career stats.
See his record.
At Optus Stadium. Okay, look at that. That's pretty good. At Optus Stadium, his highest is 137. His lowest is 95.
So an average of 111.
He's played 8 times at
but
Optus
mostly
Stadium.
West Coast.
For an average, maybe that could be the reason. He's got an average of 111.5, which is pretty good over 8 games. But as you say, he might cop a tag.
Yeah, that's why I don't. Yeah. And Dawson, no.
Yeah.
Obviously, he had the 150 earlier this year, but no.
Yeah, I don't know. I might just do Stewart into dunks for me, and call it a day.
Because all the good ones are gone this week.
Yeah, exactly. If I show my buy around 15. All right, so Mitchell can come on, and then Laird comes on.
Optimize might be easier sometimes.
All right, will I do it?
Yeah.
Oh, that beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Constable's not going to play. That's for sure. He's dead.
I know. Yeah, I know that, but it's just better looking.
Yeah, that's exactly 18 for me this week.
Well,
if
Yeah.
Johnson gets up and plays.
Yep.
And there we go. Jonas, anyone else still have that sloth Chesser? Played 5 games and made 27K.
And might be
Only-
people Sicily cover this week.
Exactly. Only thing that saved him is DPP, and now stuck with him for the year. Mate, I don't think you're alone, Jonas. I think,
Well, Constable is out.
yeah,
And he hasn't made any money.
exactly. Constable has only played 2 games for the year
But-
and made
But
0K.
I'll let you know something. So today they had their VFL match,
Yeah.
and they won by like 100. They played Northern Bullants or something like that. And Constable only had 4 disposals.
Oh no.
Constable only had 4. Yeah.
Well, if he's playing in,
I
if
was-
he's playing in the back line and they won by 100 points, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but still, because Flanders had 42 today.
Jeez, he had a day out.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to say. Oh, there we go. Look at that. 105, 104, and 95. Last 2 scores for Zeret versus Frio, but that's at the Bombers. Yeah, that's at our home game.
Yeah, that's what because I just want to.
He got injured. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Merritt could be in for a good score. He's a great player, and I reckon he's in line for a lot of Brownlow votes, if not for that suspension. But yeah, I don't know. I think Dunkley is too hard to pass off playing at Marvel Stadium against the Sooners.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it
Last
could
time he
be a
played there was
Dunkley into Merritt.
140,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be a Dunkley into Merritt perhaps, or a Dunkley into Goulden, but I can't risk Goulden. I don't know. There are some options this week.
Yeah, Goulden as a VC would have been better. Is the problem?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
I hate the C on him.
Cool.
Because he can go like the 60, like
correct,
he did
100%
last week. Yeah,
100%. Alrighty, guys. I think that will call it an evening. We have
I think so.
gone. I have been talking non-stop for 2.5 hours on a Sunday night. It's now 11.
And then you've got tomorrow as well.
And we've got tomorrow night stream as well. So I think we'll call it an evening.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming on. To all of our guests, you called Jono, or everybody that's come on. It's been an absolute pleasure. Love the Sunday nights with you guys. Love talking about footy. And, mate, the comments, Jonas, GOAT, you are the GOAT. Absolutely love your interaction, mate. I would love to have you come on and talk to us, actually talking to us as opposed to typing, mate. On your Jono, thanks for coming on, mate. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you have sweet dreams. Hope to catch you all tomorrow for our stream tomorrow.
Yep.
And with that, we bid you adieu. See you guys. Have a good one.
See ya.